Mike, it worked.
The following content contains
Talk
adult
Studio.
language
I'm
and
still
humor that is not
reserving
suitable
judgment
for
until
viewers
after
under
the
the age of
stream.
18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
I'm just talking about the open.
The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, you hear that. You didn't see it. You heard it.
Whatever. I'm still trying to wake up.
I use that excuse too. I don't get away with it. Oh, hey, it's Sunday edition.
You know, I'm like the monster in Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
do it. Featuring.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
I'm not saying this next one. I'm not.
No, I'm not, because I don't want his change.
Yeah, that's
The Booligans. I'll see you.
Hooligans.
Respect my authority.
Or not.
Don't be a cash. Don't be a baron.
Or the other one. I
Or
call
Phil.
bullshit. Phil. Don't be a Phil. Never be a Phil.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to this edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk, live on the Pacific414 YouTube and hopefully the Pacific414 Rumble channel. I don't know, we're using Talk Studio today, and I have my reservations about Talk Studio, but in order to get Pop Talk to be Pop Talk, well, got to make a compromise.
Compromise. Oh, yeah.
Compromise.
Yeah, brother.
So
Yeah,
I'm
brother.
checking to see if we're actually live on Rumble or if this whole thing's been foobarred on that side.
Rumble.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Still making it myself. But yeah.
What day is it? No, I'm just kidding. But
I'm
pretty good.
We got a stream today? Is that what I heard?
What?
Yeah, we got a stream today.
It's Sunday? What?
I thought I flipped up Monday, I tell you.
Oh, man.
I thought I had a case of the Mondays, I tell you what.
You got the case of Mondays.
Monday. Ooh.
Okay, Rumble.
Come on,
Rumble. Wake up, Rumble.
Rumble.
Come on.
Come on, Rumble. We
Rumble.
love you, Rumble. Don't let us down, Rumble.
Come on, Rumble. You can do it.
Come on, Talk Studio. Broadcast the Rumble. I copied everything correctly. Come on, you can do it. You know you can do it. You know you want to do it. Come on, you can do it.
Copy.
Maybe you heard relax. Don't do it.
If it doesn't work, I'll just upload it.
Yep, that's another way. Yeah.
It's upcoming.
Woo!
But gentlemen, how are you doing today? As a matter of fact, how's everybody who's in the chat right now or just waking up and listening right now? How are you all doing?
Yeah, I mean, doing good.
Pretty good, I guess. Not bad.
I guess I feel kind of refreshed for once. Wow. I guess I needed that 12-hour sleep.
We've been talking about a lot of we've been talking about a lot of different things this week.
We basically did the show before the show. So goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We love you.
There's been some interesting news, as there usually is. Sometimes things are a little. I noticed the gaming news has been a little bit slow lately, but then it's picked up again. So
yeah. I thought I saw some interesting things out there myself, but I was lazy.
Oh,
you know me, I'm the lazy one. I'm the lazy one.
No, you're not, Baron. No, you're not.
Yeah, I don't think so, Baron.
Yeah, I actually have to move the scratch parts of my body, so I don't count that as being lazy. I'm actually moving.
Yeah, you have a tree that you like to go to outside of your house, and you like to scratch your back that way.
Yep.
Like a bear.
Yeah.
Let's just bare necessities. And speaking of burrs, I see Snorty.
Yes, he is the first one here.
Hello. Yes, Snorta.
I'm
Good
rather
morning.
It's Snorty or Snorta, or yeah.
It's
Call him
Snorta
Snorty.
Cuber. Everybody
Yep.
calls him Snorty Cash.
Okay.
Yep. Well,
It's good to
he
see
lets
you
his
this-
friends call you that. You're
All
not
right.
friends, so you can call him Snortapoopus. We get to
Yeah.
call him Snorty. Yes, there.
Yeah.
I think
So
he's
Snorta,
with either one.
See, we're tight. We know when Snorty's going after baby seals and other seals. We know the seals.
yeah, he can go after all the seals he wants. You leave my otters alone, Snorty. And of course, we have to do it. Here's our paid advertisement: SnortapoopusCuber.com. There we go.
Oh.
Oh, we don't never
I like
call a
this guy.
polar bear late. Oh yeah, Snorty's a great guy. And so, you wait until you see him in his human suit. I mean, he looks snazzy. He doesn't know what era he's in. He doesn't keep up with the fashion trends. But
yeah, I know Snorty's been here for a while, so
yeah. But when he's in his human suit, he looks dapper.
Oh,
Yeah,
That he does.
Yeah, and like I said, stay away from my otters and penguins. Even though penguins aren't up in the North Pole, and he's not down in the South Pole. But
right.
if you see a penguin, leave it alone.
Leave the penguins alone. No.
And a real quick update for those of you who will see this on Rumble later. Unfortunately, Talk Studio isn't communicating that well with Rumble, so I'm going to have to end it over on that side.
You have failed us, Talk Studio, with Rumble.
It has. So I'm sorry this episode wasn't live for you all, but hopefully by the time you see this, it will have already been uploaded. And
when you see this, it will not be live. It will be undead because this is Halloween season. No catch.
Was that too over the top?
No, but the Booligan didn't join in on that one. He's just sitting there going, "Yeah, whatever, you goobers."
That's whatever, man.
Whatever, you goobers.
Whatever. Yeah, man.
I don't think he's part of the team, Mike.
Uh-huh.
Not after he became such a big star of his own on Rumble with cranky old fans. He goes, "I'm the king. I'm the king and legend now. People look at all my views, all the subscribers I'm getting on my YouTube because of Star Trek Online."
Well,
maybe I'm gonna have to fix that situation.
What the hell are you talking about? Oh, my guidance counselor says that certain words perpetuate this sexist worldview that could trigger. Quiet! From now on, you won't listen to your guidance counselor. You're gonna listen to me. Is that understood? Yeah, Sensei.
No.
The
answer is always no to that, but that clip does crack me up.
I do have the answer to that. It's called Jenna from Another Planet. Yeah, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Johnny is just so politically incorrect, and when that show started up Cobra Kai, he just goes off about stuff. He loses jobs and this and that because he's gonna speak the way he wants to speak, and it's funny because he's always upset because of course Daniel's got all the success and he's still struggling in his life, and it pisses him off. And yeah, what is it? The two other parts still haven't happened yet, have they? For Cobra Kai?
Part 2
on that.
comes out in November, and then they haven't announced when part 3 of the final.
Because I think we said we're gonna wait, and then maybe we should watch that together or something, dude.
Well, that's been my plan from the beginning. I didn't want to re-up a Netflix subscription just to watch 5 episodes
of
one show, and then cancel it, re-up it again, cancel it, and then re-up it again. I'm going to make it worth my while.
Well, we're going to find out if this was really necessary, that they needed another season. So, we'll
honestly, on the topic of Cobra Kai, I honestly thought they could have just left after season 5, the way that ended up. Yes, Kreese got out of prison.
Right.
But you can leave that up to the audience to decide what happened.
That's right.
But why? Why would we do that? The audience isn't smart enough for that. Come on.
So we'll see
how. I say that in jest, by the way.
I know. We'll see how season 6 goes. Yeah. Final season.
We'll see. I mean, I have been doing my best to stay away from spoilers for the first 5 episodes. I'm going to try to do the same thing when it comes to the next 10 episodes, the next 5 that I released in November. And then whenever they do decide to release the final 5, I'm going to try to avoid spoilers. So I'm not spoiled when I start watching all 15 episodes, because at this point, I don't know if I'm going to watch all 15 episodes once the last 5 are released, or if I'm going to wait a little bit before I do so.
That's fine. No problem.
I haven't made up my mind yet.
Whatever you want to do, I will support.
That's quite a plan.
Well, I try to plan things out ahead of time, and
he's a planner.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it blows up in my face. But that's life.
Yes.
That's how it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Streaming on Rumble, then streaming not there.
You tried to make that work.
I tried. Hey, and most of the time I'm good. Most of the time I do good.
Yes.
Real quick before we get into any of our articles today, I need to bring this up on screen. Today is the official last day of this poll that we started last Sunday. And this poll is for our November 6th watch party.
Yeah.
And we have 4 choices here for everybody to choose from if you haven't voted already. And the first choice is Back to the Future. Transformers 1 is on there because supposedly it's supposed to come out on digital on Tuesday.
Ooh.
I am still keeping my eye out on it just in case it's delayed. If Transformers 1 is delayed and it's the winner, we'll just push back this watch party for another day, or we can put one of these other movies in as a substitution before Transformers 1.
Oh, no.
That's why I'm keeping an eye on it. I mean, I've been checking different sources, different articles, and they're all saying it's Transformers 1 is supposed to be released on digital on the 22nd.
Okay.
So we're in a wait and see type of deal here, a holding pattern.
Yeah.
As far as that's concerned. But our other 2 choices are Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, and Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown. And as you can see, at this moment, Transformers 1 is in first place with 36% of the vote, then tied for second place with 27% of the vote, and it's 22 votes right now. You have Back to the Future and Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, followed by Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown with only 9% of the vote.
I have to confess.
Yeah, Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown was the one on the water, right? If I remember correctly. Okay.
Yeah, it was the
rafting, right? Yeah.
The rafting.
That's a really good one, yeah. Yes.
Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown is when they went over, I think, to France, and then it's
okay.
Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown.
I don't think I've seen that one even. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that one. Yeah.
My favorite when I was growing up as a kid was Snoopy Come Home. I even had the soundtrack and I wore it out. Snoopy, Snoopy, come home, Snoopy, come home, come home, come home. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing, Barry?
Yeah, of course.
That's part of growing up is remembering tunes that were part of an animated TV movie.
Yeah.
Well, that was a TV movie. That was a theater movie.
Well, that's where I first thought was on TV. I didn't see it in the theater.
Well, that's because I'm better than all of you. No, I'm just older than all of you. I'm older than. No dogs allowed. No pups or hounds.
Yeah. Well, now with these the last things I heard about Peanuts, I was like, no. What are you guys doing? Yeah.
Almost almost sound like a word that sounds similar.
So before today's broadcast ends, we will reveal the results of the poll. And after this broadcast, I will not be accepting any more votes in the poll.
Ooh.
So there, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever the results are when I show them later on in this broadcast on the screen, I will make sure to take a screen capture of it, and those will be the final results.
He's going to do it. He's going to do some Photoshop on it, and we'll be watching Back to the Future.
Dun, 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 dun.
What? I've got nothing against Back to the Future, but I also like what we talked about before, with the not the 30th, but the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future coming up next year. I mean, that'd be a perfect time to watch not just the original Back to the Future, but all three.
Great Scott. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Granted, this year is the 35th anniversary of Part 2. But I know some people like Part 2. Some people don't particularly care for Part 2.
It's good.
It's okay. Yeah.
It's good. It's.
I mean, the first one.
Yeah.
If all I had was the first one, I'd be happier than Pig and Slop. I like this ending the way it was, and then, like we all said, we can imagine things.
Sure.
What's going on, and other, So I mean, I can live without 2 or 3 and just go with Back to the Future 1. But yeah, all 3. Yeah, okay, let's watch all 3.
Yeah. I mean, 2's good. I think 3's even better. So.
I haven't seen 3 in so long.
And I'm not even saying we watch all 3 in one night. We would have to spread it out.
I would say that. I would say that. But Namathon, Mike Pacific414's But Namathon.
No, I can't expect that of people.
One day, 3 movies.
Hey,
even if we are in the comfort of our own home or somewhere where we can watch them, I can't expect people to spend almost 8 hours.
All I wanted to do. Yeah, but
it worked for Harry Knowles. We could do it for charity. It's like, it gives them, here's a link to a charity thing, and let's watch. Just as long as we don't get accused of, being frisky with the ladies like Harry did.
Yeah. And hello to Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000. So I know everybody is probably curious to know what exactly are we talking about today.
Woo!
Nah, we already talked behind scenes. We don't need to do a show.
Well, we have an article from Geek Tyrant.
Wow, man. Oh, man.
I'm going to need a stiff drink, and I don't even drink.
Good night, everyone.
No, Brandon, it's not an open panel. Those are going to be few and far between. But we have an update on Dune Messiah from Geek Tyrant that we'll be talking about. And this next one just makes me wonder if the Drak have gotten to him.
Yeah. I haven't read it yet, but I'm saving everything
I haven't read it either.
Here.
I haven't either. But it's from Fandom Pulse, and it says J. Michael Stracyznski doubles down on woke message for Dangerous Visions in Grim Dark magazine interview. Yeah.
Yeah, I looked it over recently. I went
Grim Dark. So okay.
Yeah.
Which is not usually woke. When you have never mind. Keep on going before yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I went, what in the?
Not anytime soon, Brandon. But at some point, we will take a look at the weekend box office to find out what movies scored the number one spot this weekend. You had Smile come out. Of course, you still have The Wild Robot.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice is still out. Transformers 1 is still out. And then, of course, you have Joker, Folly and Deux.
Oh, by the way, Mike, I think what you're trying to say is when Hell and Freezing come together is when we have a next stream, open panel.
Well, I've mentioned how I feel about open panels, especially with some of the issues that we've had on open panels in the past, and that's why they're going to be few and far between.
Well, I just think of what happened to poor Polly Boy.
well, that too. What happened on his stream? I don't need the same thing happening on my stream.
Oh man, yeah. 1, 2, 3, surprise! Oh crap!
Yeah. When he told us about that,
yeah,
it's Mr. Winky time.
That's something nobody needs to see on a stream, and that's why, honestly, if I have any kind of panel, it'll be by invitation only.
Mm-hmm.
And as we all know, being on this platform or any other platform, sometimes you can send an invitation out to somebody and they won't be able to make it. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still send it out there. If you can make it, cool. If you can't, no worries. Catch you next time.
On the dark side.
Yes. But another story we will be talking about today comes from that Park Place, and it's about Sweet Baby Inc. infecting another game. And that other game is Unknown 9 Awakening. So we will also be talking about Wicked star Cynthia, and I'm going to try to say her last name as best I can. Erivo. I don't even know how close that was.
So, yeah.
Condemns fans for editing film's poster to resemble Broadway original. None of this is funny. None of this is cute. It degrades me.
Mm-hmm.
And our big story that we are going to be talking about, but we're not going to talk about it right away, but we are going to talk about it as the show goes on, is Gina Carano gets another big win. And this also comes from that Park Place. But Gina Carano gets another big win against Disney as court rejects Disney's attempt to block Discovery as it appeals to dismiss the case.
Yay.
And we might get to the story. We might not get to the story. It's from Deadline. God of War, Sony and Amazon starting over on series after departure of executive producers Rafe Judkins and Hawk Otsby and Mark Fergus.
The problem is with something like God of War, we've had things like this before, so it's kind of like, do we want a God of War movie? I don't know. Hard to say.
We don't need a God of War TV series. We don't.
Or a TV series or a movie, right? Yeah, okay.
If you want me to be honest,
there's needs and wants, and people want it. Do we need it? And we have been surprised though when it's like we sit back and say, "Do we really need this?" They put something else like, "Oh, this is a nice, companion piece to whatever it is." But then we also see others where it's like it's complete other crap. Did we need to have not Cyberpunk Edge Runners?
Well,
no, we didn't need that.
No, we didn't. But
it to Cyberpunk 2077.
It did. It connected well. Yeah, it did.
So it all depends on how they do it. If
right.
Do it correctly.
Well, I mean, they're gonna, just like they've done in some of the game, of course, is start race swapping stuff. That's minor. It is, but it's still, it's not good.
I know, but did we need to have a MASH TV series after the movie? No, but
no.
Look what happened 11 years later.
Yes,
we had a TV, that TV show.
Yes.
Then did we really need to have an Delta House TV series after Animal House?
Right.
No,
did we actually need to have a? Do we need to have a spin-off of Cheers? I know you can go on and on about this stuff.
Well, I mean, you had one very successful. That was Frasier.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the Tortelli sunk and burned and crashed. That was the first one. A lot of people don't remember it.
Oh wow!
Dealing with Carla's ex-husband. So again, do we need? Is most of the time is yes. It is no. We don't need. Do we want? Yeah, a lot of people want. I think the important question actually would be is, are they going to do it right?
Right, exactly.
Because sometimes it enriches the universe so much. Sometimes it's a nice, padding piece. Helps them builds up the characters more sometimes.
Yeah,
but then you get others that are just utterly horrible. So.
So,
wow,
Doom Part 2 was quite a success earlier this year.
Yes.
And a lot of people, including myself, enjoyed it. And as I said many times before, especially after seeing Doom Part 2, one of the reasons why I enjoyed it is because I wasn't able to see Part 1 in the theaters, but I got to see Part 2 in the theaters, and that really helped the experience.
Right.
Oh, actually, I got to see both. That's right.
How soon you forget?
You're right. Yeah.
Denis Villeneuve will make Doom Messiah sooner than he expected and shares first plot details. This is by Joey Parr. It was posted on Geek Tyrant a couple days ago. And it says, it looks like director Denis Villeneuve will be making Doom Messiah sooner than he initially expected. He previously said that after Doom Part 2, he wanted to take a break from the franchise and do something else. But it doesn't look like that will be the case. The filmmaker recently told Deadline, let's say that I thought that after Part 2 that I will take a break, that I will go back in the woods and stay in the woods for a while to recover. But the woods weren't really suiting me, and I would go back behind the camera faster than I think. That's all I can say. The filmmaker went on to share some plot details, saying that the subject of war would be at the center of the adaptation, adding that in Doom Part 2, in order to save his friends, Paul Atreides has to start a war. He also confirmed that Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, and Anya Taylor-Joy would all be returning to the sequel. Taylor-Joy's Aaliyah Atreides was introduced very briefly in Dune 2. Villeneuve said they have to return. They are with the main cast when it happens, and more worms. What can I say? Frank Herbert's Dune Messiah takes place 12 years after the events of the first book and follows Paul Atreides, now Emperor of the known universe. Paul's rule is marked by political intrigue, religious fever, and the consequences, come on, Mike, of his persistent visions. Goes on to say, as he navigates the complexities of his position, Paul faces challenges from various factions, including the powerful Bene Gesserit Sisterhood, who seek to control his bloodline amidst the turmoil. I'm sorry.
You should be. You lost the gold star. It's now down to silver. Back to you, Mike.
Wow. Tough crowd. Tough co-host. And it's good to see Glenn Schroeder. How are you doing, Glenn? How's your weekend going? All right. So it says, let's see, as a treaty, his bloodline amidst his turmoil, Paul's relationship with his wife, Shani, and his young children adds a personal dimension to his struggles. The filmmaker previously drew comparisons to Paul Atreides and The Godfather's Michael Corleone and talked about his relationship with Shani, saying he betrayed her in many ways. But the big thing,
first of all, let's correct something in this report.
Okay.
Cheney is not his wife; she is his consort, because he's married to the emperor's daughter.
So they're changing some of these things then for this.
Well,
is that
no?
Is that what we're going to, or they just
it could be the author not
didn't get
all the facts right.
Getting the information. Right. Okay.
He didn't watch things or read things, so the AI decided to go bonkers and insert. I just wanted to correct that for the audience.
No, that's good to know, man. Yeah.
I'll admit I haven't read the books.
Me either. Not yet.
Copper star for you, Cash. You get silver star. Back to you guys.
Okay.
Wow, gosh, you use a different platform and they can't stream to their platforms because of the limitations of this one, and they get mad at you.
Yeah, we're a little touchy. We are a little touchy.
But the big theme for Chani is that it's not about love. It's about the fact that he becomes the figure that will keep the Fremen in their mental jail. He explained, a leader that is not there to free the Fremen, but to control them. That's the tragedy of all tragedies. Like the Michael Corleone of sci-fi, he becomes what he wanted to avoid. He will try to find a way to save his soul in the third part. Villeneuve also talked about Chinese feelings towards Paul, saying that anger is tremendous. I don't want to reveal what I'm going to do with the third movie. He went on to tease, I know exactly what to do. I'm writing it right now, but there's a lot of firepower that will there. Sorry. And I'm excited about that decision. The director also talked about how the third film will be different from the first two, saying, first, it's important that people understand that for me, it was really I want to say dipshit, but I know that's not right.
Is that what he's
a dipshit?
Diptic? I don't know.
I don't know.
It was really
tick.
Maybe is it?
All right.
Yeah, it's diptic. Yeah, people don't use these words as much, but yeah, it's diptic.
No, they don't. Even I don't know that word.
No, it's not.
I'm accused of using, big words.
Even when you're taking English classes and stuff in college and so on, they don't say these words.
Yeah, they should. If they really wanted to sound intelligent, they do that instead of saying, "I'm in gender studies."
Diptic. Okay. Yeah.
What's going to impress me more? Them using words like that or saying, I'm in gender studies? I'll go with the big fancy words.
Yeah, give me the big fancy words for 500, Alex.
Yeah. I'll take swabs for 100, Alex.
Those were good Saturday Night Live sketches.
Yeah, those were good. There was those. I don't think there was a bad one of those anytime.
It was really a pair of movies that will be the adaptation of the first book. That's done. That's finished. If I do a third, which is in the writing process, it's not like a trilogy. It's strange to say that, but if I go back there, it's to do something that feels different and has its own identity. He continued, listen, if Doom Messiah happens, it will have been many years from me on Arrakis, and I would love to do something else. I think that it would be a good idea for me to make sure that in Messiah there are the seeds in the project that if someone wants to do something else afterwards, because they are beautiful books. They are more difficult to adapt. They become more and more eccentric. It's a bit more tricky to adapt, but I'm not closing the door. I will not do it myself, but it could happen with someone else. Are you looking forward to seeing what Villeneuve does with Dune Messiah? I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, basically, if you want to get an idea, read the book. It's the shortest book of the whole series. But I hope he doesn't decide he wants to go off the plantation too much with that. You might say,
yeah, a little too crazy, right?
Stray off the land and deviate from the source material. No, you can't do that.
Only a little bit, but yeah, I mean, he's already done that a bit in both movies. So
no,
from what you and Phil have been talking about, because you guys both read the book, so
yeah. Now, early in this book, he starts getting to have bigger parts. The princess, his technically his wife, because it's like royalty. You have to marry this person, but then you have the one you really love off to the side, which is Janie. Which of course Atreides has swore not to have a children with because he wanted to end that line, you might say. Her sister is a Bene Gesserit. So what you're going to be doing is having an alliance. Let's not give me too much away. An alliance between the Bene Gesserit, the Spacing Guild, the Bela Talaxu, and what they're wanting to do is basically assassinate Paul because he's harshing their gig. So he's going to have that issue. Plus, they're on the jihad to get people to conform and change. The important thing is when it comes to Frank Herbert, he never wrote the battles. He wrote about them.
Mm-hmm.
So Paul would be coming back from a jihad, then talk about it, but he never wrote necessarily battle sequences because again, this is more of thinking, for your mind, not for anything else. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does that if he actually includes it. Now, if you also want another take, find the Sci-Fi Channel's miniseries Children of Dune, because the first part, because it is such a small book, is part of that. Dune Messiah is basically how that starts off and then goes into the third book, which is Children of Dune. So,
yeah, let's not forget you also have the HBO Max series that's coming out too.
Yeah, well, that series is different because that's not a Frank Herbert story. That's a Brian Herbert / Kevin J. Anderson. I think it was based off one of their novels and is dealing with the very beginning of the guild. Back when, after the Butlerian Jihad, and you're seeing the formations of these guilds or these groups back in that day. So you're going back like 10,000 years because the calendar is based off of the starting of the guild, not Anno Domini. So, and I have not read that book, so I won't be able to say how much they compare. Maybe I should hunt down, but I'm not necessarily a big fan of Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson's books on Dune.
Villeneuve. That's how you pronounce his last name. That's interesting. Okay, I had to look that up as well. That was interesting. Villeneuve. That's crazy. So it's French Canadian. Yeah, it's French Canadian.
Well, then I want to apologize for saying Villeneuve when it's Villeneuve. And
well, I've heard both. I've heard both out there, so I'm not gonna get down on you on that for Mike.
Yep.
Because I've heard both. It's French. Who cares? It's French.
Vanillinov. Wow. Okay.
Oh, so by the way, the other word. The other word is obviously a Greek word. You know. How it's all, and it's about being hinged between basically pages in between two covers, hinged covers. So.
All right.
That was the meaning of that word, just to let people know. I didn't know.
And it's good to see DJ Ron and G. I hope you're doing well, brother. I know this week he's going to be flying out to San Antonio to meet up with everybody's favorite penguin besides Low Spec Linux Gaming. And he's also going to meet up with a few other content creators that we know of. So I hope you have a safe trip, DJ, and tell us all about it when you get back.
Party time.
Oh, DJ, yeah. Getting crazy again, huh, DJ? With the turtles? Other people?
So, this next story, I just hope the Drock haven't gotten to him.
Oh, God. Let me take my heart pill. Okay, I got my heart pill done. I got my nitroglycerin next to me here.
All right. Yeah. Like I said, I hope the Drock haven't gotten to him.
Yeah, I guess Phantom Pulse was bought out by something else, by this Substack or whatever. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean
Substack. Yeah, I think that's who bought them out. I don't know. It's weird, but they're still putting out the same kind of stories they were before on their other website. So
I mean. Yeah, so I mean, as it goes, hearing about two men I admired, even though I am, basically in many ways diametrically opposed, 180 degree, but the talent they have, and I just never live long enough to become the villain. Just never live long.
Well, it's unfortunate. It's just another case of we knew this guy was on the left. We knew Ellison. Harlan, Harlan Ellison's on the left, but they made it very clear that they did not want to influence their stories.
Right.
They even start talking about that in this article, and
Ellison. Yeah,
that's what made Babylon 5 so great, is that it didn't pick a side.
No, it didn't. It showed you actually all different sides of things that could probably happen in those situations.
Right. And and as Harlan Ellison said, he was a knee-jerk liberal. He said that while he was alive. So that's not putting words in his mouth. That came out. So we know that. But take a look at his works. Read his stuff. I don't. I think there's a lot of people who sit back and say they like Harlan Ellison, but they're only saying that because they saw City on the Edge of Forever and thought, "Oh, it's the greatest ever." They never seen They never saw the movie A Boy and His Dog, or even read the novella.
Or even watch episodes of Babylon 5 where he contributed to the episodes.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he was and he was the person who was kind of the go-to guy for JMS on stuff. So he's credited in every episode. I mean, creative consultant. I think he was. I don't know what he was the actual title. I guess.
Yeah, he was a consultant.
All right, and in his works on the Twilight Zone, probably people watched that and didn't realize that was a Harlan Ellison story. So
probably not.
Yeah. So don't start throwing things into Harlan's mouth for being a woke person. He's not. I mean, basically, he's live your own life, leave me alone, and writes about that. And he just writes people as people. And sometimes not in the best of light either, because it's not honest people.
So it says J. Michael Straczyznski doubles down on woke message for Dangerous Visions in Grim Dark magazine issue, and the subheadline reads, "Last Dangerous Visions is no tribute to Harlan Ellison. It's just more Hollywood leftism in science fiction." And this is by Fandom Pulse. It doesn't have a specific author, but it was posted on the 15th of this month. And it says J. Michael Straczyznski most recently released a new Last Dangerous Visions anthology as a follow-up to the Harlan Ellison Dangerous Visions science fiction short story line meant to push boundaries in the genre. While the original featured a myriad of perspectives and writing styles, the new one, curated by Straczyznski, courts wokeness, and in a new interview, JMS admits the book pushes agendas of Afrofuturism and LGBTQIA community, like all mainstream books. Then let me ask everybody this. If J. Michael Straczyznski is putting that messaging into something based on Harlan Ellison's work, doesn't that go against the original creator's vision for this particular series?
Well, yeah, the big thing is again, Harlan Ellison was editor of Dangerous Visions and again Dangerous Visions, and he was always teasing another one, which would be the last Dangerous Vision that never came out, and that was grabbing various authors to write, short stories. I mean, he had Octavia Butler, who was a black lesbian science fiction writer in there. But the thing is she wrote science fiction, right? He was grabbing people like that had a different outtake, a different view, a different look. Trying to.
And there's nothing wrong with that,
right? And that's what I'm praising on that. It's like, you like this? How about this? And what was shocking about it was stepping outside of the normal line of what science fiction was thought of at that time, or fantasy even. We got to kind of throw a little bit of fantasy in there because in so many ways, Harlan also was more fantasy than science fiction. So, I mean, of course, Dangerous Visions got a lot of accolade to it. Hey, it's great. And again, Dangerous Visions, not as much. And then everyone was getting pissed off about the last Dangerous Visions. Well, when I heard that JMS was going to be doing that one, I had a little bit of hope. I mean, he was the curator of Harlan Ellison's positions going out there. I'm sure he got a lot of stuff from Harlan in that. Works that aren't finished, things like that, or plans. And not that I'm saying he's going to go out there because, take a look at this. Again, final Dangerous, our last Dangerous Visions, it's not his works, it's other people's works. So it comes down who picked these people. Was it something that Harlan had, or is it JMS? So, yeah, I want to be shocked by these books, but I don't want to have pablum brought, because if you just go into the pablum, too late. We've already been inundated with that stuff. It's, it's like, on to it.
Yeah.
Harlan was about pushing the boundaries. JMS at one time was. I wish I could say I was somewhat shocked, but his work on Sense8 which was focusing on, again, trying to focus a bit on the transgenderism and stuff like that. I started going, okay, where are we going, JMS? And if that's the case with this one, now again, I haven't read this article as you're reading, so maybe we can go on and I can continue my babbling later and try to make more sense.
Well, I will continue from this point where it says, instead of calling it Last Dangerous Visions, J. Michael Straczyznski should have gone with Sensible Visions, as he sensibly courts every single generic political talking point of mainstream publishing. There is nothing brave about what he's producing, despite a recent interview with Grimdark magazine, where he hits the same tired and false talking points repeatedly to promote his bastardization of Harlan Ellison's original great anthology. In the 1970s, Harlan Ellison came out with Dangerous Visions and a follow-up with a range of authors tackling different writing styles with some of the best literary prowess out there. While Ellison was a rabid leftist, he actually believed in not being censorious.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing in different voices who were known to be right-wing or Christian into the fold, such as Paul Anderson, Gene Wolfe, to tell their tales along with others. Dangerous Visions truly allowed a diversity of thought.
Yeah, Gene Wolfe was a devout Catholic. Rest his soul. And he's the one that did the book of the I can't remember what it is, but with the Inquisitor. I got a mental block. I got the book here. I gotta finish reading the whole series. Never mind. Back to you, Mike.
Fast forward to 2024, when no such thing is allowed in mainstream publishing. If you are not pushing the extreme leftist identity politics agendas, you get blacklisted from publishing. They attack you even if you're on their side, and you misstep. Several dangerous authors have faced blacklisting and cancellation in recent years because of their visions, which the establishment publishing deemed uncouth.
Uncouth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I fixed it. I fixed that error. I didn't let the ball get by me.
You got it, man. We're here to help, though. Go continue. Woo!
One only has to look at authors like Fox Day, John C. Wright, among others, to see what different ideas you get in publishing.
By the way, Book of New Sun. For Gene Wolfe. Okay. That's the cover for it. I'm sorry, that's a shitty cover.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
a
shitty cover.
Not very good, bro. No.
And how edited was it by Harlan?
I don't know. I don't have those facts in front of me.
Yeah, that's not a great cover.
Okay. Goes on to say, it's never enough for the establishment who likes to pretend they're freedom fighters while pushing for the same message the government and every major corporation approve of. Stracyznski bragged about his woke street cred with Hollywood, stating, "When I co-created, wrote, produced Sense8 for Netflix, I heard from so many in the queer community who were moved and happy to have a story that dealt respectively with their lives, interests, and concerns."
Yeah, I'm not against. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. I'm not against people making these kind of stories. It's just
I'm not.
If that's what they want to do, I'm fine with that. And if they do it in a respectful way, I appreciate that to the people. But it's just when they start, when you can tell about the stories, there's obviously some forced agenda. That's when I think things really become.
Well, yeah, it's so tiring when they're out there, and instead of having talent behind it and just having a good story, it starts becoming, when it comes to the character, oh, poor me, and I have to give you all my identities and how I'm picked on. And now in this, with Sense8, not only am I a trans, I'm also this person that's got these powers that they're all trying to get. So I got it worse than you. You don't know my struggles. I mean, that starts getting so friggin' tiring.
It really
if
does.
You're going to have these characters in there, like I said to you, Cash, the Serious Brothers, which you saw.
Yes.
Did that have it? No.
No.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good show. It was a fun show.
You show different situations about how people would feel about things, and then you're like, oh, okay, then you really make people think about these situations, these topics.
I mean, let me bring this up. One of the great things about Babylon 5, even though J. Michael Straczynski is an atheist, he paid respect to every religion that was presented on the show.
Well,
Right.
I just feel like it always makes sense, and we've talked about this, like aliens and other species and whatever, they would have some kind of religion. I think that's very interesting, and it makes sense.
Well, even Harlan Ellison was respectful. He made
The
it known to
Klingons, for
people.
example, right? They wouldn't be the same without their religion. None of these aliens or creatures or whatever would not. They wouldn't be as fleshed out, we'll say, without
Well,
having some kind of religion.
let's look at the Narn, the Book
Right.
of Jaquan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Jaquan.
How they went by that religiously, especially when it came to the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And then what comes next? The Book of Jakar.
Yep.
Yes.
Which will probably be just as revered. I mean, it'd be interesting to see a series of, in the Babylon 5 universe where it takes place in the future. And I know we saw little bits and pieces of Earth's future. But obviously, the Interstellar Alliance in some way is still out there. Of course, all these other species are still out there. You could do even a mini series just dealing with that, where Earth is, has closed itself off because people became idiots. But you can see like 500 years in the future how the Book of Jakar is just as viewed as highly as the Book of Jaquan. And in many ways, those books have been even getting printed together. I mean, wouldn't it be interesting to see how that grew with the Narn culture, or the interaction between humans and Minbari, and what has that done with their culture, and of course their faith. They had more of a spiritual faith, the souls traveling and such.
Mm-hmm.
So, it would be, there's so much to farm in that universe. Yes, Babylon 5 should be over, even though we had a great animated film. But
yeah, it's solid, man.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But that universe is just ripe to play in, and
because there's still so much you can do in that universe.
Right. There is. I mean, that universe is so much richer in some ways than some of the other ones we've been given that have been around for umpteen years.
So the author, and we don't know who the author was, it just says Fandom Pulse says, please clap, everyone. Now imagine if a writer presented a vision showing the queer community to be narcissistic, pornographic, grooming, and toxic like it has been to culture in recent years, according to the opinion of the author or multiple authors of this article. What would happen? Hollywood would blacklist that person. Mainstream publishing would call for the work to be destroyed. One can see where Stracyznski's loyalties are, and it's not free speech, like he further claims in the interview. There will always be the outrage, the inflamed, the censorious. If anything, given the massive emphasis on banning books of alleged controversy, especially those that deal in any way with the simple existence of people in the queer community, the stakes and risk have gotten higher. But that makes it even more essential to keep pushing for freedom of speech.
Okay. Look, let's back up here. Let's back up here for a second. The only thing where they're talking about quote unquote banning of a lot of this stuff, the majority of it, is where you have it into the elementary schools. Yes. And they're teaching kids how to do fellatio. Boys do fellatio.
Yes.
We don't want that in there, right?
Yeah, why? Well, how does that help elementary school kids learn? I mean, that is just a propaganda. That's a force agenda. I don't know if things have gotten better. I haven't heard much about those, if those books are still in the elementary schools or not. Maybe they've been taken out of many of them, but who knows?
Now, this will be a rare thing here. First of all, they're not, if you can get your hands on them, right, you can get it off like Amazon. Maybe even your local library has it, which it shouldn't. That is one of the things where I want to step back and say should be banned. Because now you're going into the P word. The P. Diddy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Epstein Island stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And last time I checked in my book, oh yeah, that stuff's still illegal.
Yes.
So that is one of the rare things where I sit back and say, yeah, burn that fucker.
Yeah, but
if you can't have that stuff in your private collection, or you have it on your computer, guess what? You're going to jail, right? So why have it in a library? Ban it. Second of all, so there is no official banning of anything. If you can still get it, it's available. It's not like the government sits back and says the possession of this will now get you thrown into jail for 5 to 10 years. No, we don't have that. Unless, of course, like I said, you're dealing with the P. Diddy stuff.
Well, the funny thing is, too, they always say, a lot of these Hollywood people, people in the film industry, they always say the queer community or this community as a whole. Not all the community agrees with this.
No.
They just don't. And it's just when they bunch them all together, it's like, no, not all of them agree with this.
Right.
It's just there's probably I would say a number of people that, yes, want to feel special all the time,
Mm-hmm. Well,
but,
I mean, I knew a lesbian who hated the flag, and that's before they started adding every single thing on there. She hated the pandering. Just like, just leave us alone.
Exactly.
Right? If you want, hey, you want something bold and daring for Dangerous Visions? Here's an idea. You have someone who's trans, right? And you're following their life. But it's the adventure they're going through, not what they are. Maybe this is a private detective. Maybe this is a spy.
Exactly.
Maybe someone who's who puts themselves in some sort of danger, but they happen to be, a trans person. You're treating them like everybody else.
And that's the problem. We see that in recent times, they'd rather focus on someone's sexual orientation, their disability, their skin color, instead of who the person is.
That's right.
And bitch and moan about it.
Yep. And then there's the groups that say, "Oh, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you." It's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there, you got yourself Dangerous Vision. I just gave you a Dangerous Vision. Mm-hmm. Run with it. Heck,
meanwhile, why not, Baron?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in real life, authors are getting banned from platforms for speaking out against the queer community's censorship of everything. Did Stracyznski champion free speech then? No, like everyone else in mainstream publishing, he attacks people who have different thoughts than him. He proudly stands against any openly Christian or conservative author who makes a mark. He doubled down on every leftist talking point, trying to paint political opponents as something to shun, saying, "What I found of the greatest interest is just how much we are still wrestling today with the same issues that were present when the first batch of LDV stories were written: racism, sexism, fear of technology, fear of the outsider, and the heavy hand of political repression." Well, I have something to add to that. The media likes to push those very same
political
topics.
Repression,
Well, finish this out and then I'll say. Okay. Finish it out.
We're still having the same arguments. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could finally resolve those things once and for all and move on to new arguments about new subjects? No, because again, you have the mainstream media, for example, that keeps pushing these same topics, these same points.
Well, okay, let's start with this one. Okay, all the things that you wrote about there has always been and always will. That's not going to ever go away. There will always be racism.
Yes.
Or bigotry.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's not about the race; it's just about a group of people, and that could be anybody in there. Every color, every nation, every flag. So yeah, you do have a sense of that because, well, when you feel that you're being attacked, right or wrong, whether it's a true thing or not, you kind of start having a dislike of them. If you start going out there with arrogant attitudes like the ugly American, that is a bit of being a racist to the rest of the fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we're superior than you. Okay, good. That's nice and whatever. Sexism. Well, that's a two-way street. It happens. Sexism will always be out there, but sexism is not as bad as it was before. Women can vote, women can drive, women can do anything. The stuff about the wage gap is bullshit. If that was the case, if I was hiring people, I'd always hire women. No men would be in my place. That's your first shot.
Yeah, and let's find a poll of how many women actually make more money than men.
Right. Well, and then the big thing is how they, look at the boards. There's hardly any women there. Well, that's been growing, but as I sat back and said, why worry about that? The one area that you have a lot of women outdoing men and outpacing men is doing small businesses. That's what we need more of with women, right? So I consider that not sexism. I consider that, hey, you went with a smart path. Why do you want to be part of some machine? What was some of the other stuff they had there you started to move?
Fear of technology.
Fear of technology.
And why not?
Fear of the
Why
outside.
not? I mean, that was Frank Herbert. Are you going to shoot down Frank Herbert? Are you going to shoot down someone like Philip K. Dick?
No.
There should be a healthy fear of technology.
Yes.
And that fear should be, what can this do? And now the biggest thing out there.
Let's bring up something right now. AI. What it can do.
Bring that up. Yeah. So Stracyznski, are you afraid of that? Are you angry at that? Because that's technology. AI is a technology. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we have fear of technology. And it should be right. Everything that comes along that's supposed to, quote unquote, improve our life, we should not accept blindly. We should see there's going to be a lot of positives, but there's going to be negatives.
Of course.
Too.
With
how is it going to be used? So these are good things. I mean, for crying out loud, Harlan Ellison wrote "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream," where the spoiler alert, but it's the basis of the story. A computer, an AI computer, thought it was more important than the filthy humans, and he kills everybody except for a small number that the machine uses in its sadomasochist torturing. Right there, Harlan Ellison wrote something that was fear of technology. Mm-hmm. Should he be thrown into that one? You write about all sorts of things. And these things will never go away. And this is where I take my shot at the humanists. If you really want to think that you can make the world fucking better, the one thing you got to learn is how to forgive. And J. Michael Stracyznski even sat back himself. He doesn't understand how to forgive. That's what keeps racism around.
Exactly.
That's what helps keep sexism around.
Well, that's the whole thing. If you just stop talking about it, it will finally start going away. But people have to just stop talking about it.
Well, stop talking about it and start doing it.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean when everybody knows the Mike Wallace and Morgan Freeman 60 Minutes interview.
Right.
How do you stop racism? Morgan Freeman's answer, stop talking about it.
Right. Exactly.
Because people like Denzel and Morgan Freeman and some of the other ones, you could come to understandings with them about things. We just want many people. I want to believe this. Just want to be treated like people. Yeah, not
that's
be used for some bullshit, whatever it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to be treated like second-class citizens. We want to be treated as equals.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you one thing. If these things went away, we wouldn't have science fiction. Honestly.
That's right, of course, because
that's a sad state.
We would be thinking less. Right, exactly.
Well, no. More importantly, no.
Well,
No, I'm going on this part. I'm going. Okay. You're right. Okay. You're right in your part, but I'm going on this thing. Every fable, every parable, every folklore, every fairy tale. This is every mythology. This is our mythology. These are our folklores. These are our parables, right? And if we take a look going back to Aesop, you can see how it's all been the same, just told in different ways, and imaginary tales. Christ used parables to show people what they're doing wrong and to try to open their eyes. As Aesop did the same thing with his stories, try to think. Folklore and all that was also doing the same thing, and of course, warning people about life out there. There are problems out there, right? And you can see that's been the theme of humanity since the day the apple fell into Eve's lap.
Right.
And I know it's not an apple. I know she plucked it. All that stuff. I'm just using whatever. But the thing is ever since the dawn of time, it's been the same. It will never change, unfortunately, and it's sad like that. We will be seeing a future of Babylon 5 over Star Trek. Star Trek is a fantasy.
Yes.
Earth Babylon 5 is more the reality that we're going to head into.
But still a hopeful future. It's humanity growing and taking that next step in the universe around them. Very positive, but yet people still have problems, and they work around it, and that's the important thing. Where Star Trek is, hey, we're perfect, but all these other gutter trash out there, we got to show the way around.
I mean,
really, honestly,
look at all the issues that Garibaldi himself had in Babylon 5.
Yes.
Right.
From his alcoholism to
And now remember, before the Trekkies go get upset, I'm a lifelong Trekkie. Well, I've been a Trekkie since at least the late 70s. Okay, so don't start attacking. You can send your letters, but they'll all be foolish. But the thing is if you take a critical look at it, that's exactly what it is. And the one thing I hope for is that we don't have a future like Warhammer 40K. And we could. That's more plausible than Star Trek.
Yeah.
I know, and you don't want that. I'd rather have the in-between, Babylon 5. What she did, what she showed a good world. He showed all sorts of sides. I mean, I hope this isn't an overreactionary article, but they are quoting him, and it's kind of going against what he was doing with Babylon 5.
Yeah, it is.
If you want to convince your point, you treat these people like regular people. Garibaldi was a regular person, but he had alcoholism.
Yes, he did.
Ivana was bisexual, but yet she was a person.
Yes.
I mean, each character had their problems. Franklin had his addiction problem. Yes, but he was still a regular human being. We're not going to get in that argument, Cash.
I mean, Jakar, he became a spiritual leader.
Yeah, from basically being a terrorist in some ways. I mean, he was shipping arms and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wasn't planning on it, Baron.
And Londo, he was laughed at as an ambassador. They picked him to represent the Centauri on Babylon 5 as a joke.
Yep.
Because they loved him so much.
Well,
and spoiler, Londo becomes emperor.
Even Londo had to eat some humble pie more than once because he was like, "Oh, Veer, Veer's just this guy can use. Oh, wow, Veer is really more. I was wrong about Veer. Yeah,
right.
I always found that interesting. Yes,
and again, like we said, not every character had a happy ending. Londo didn't. Marcus didn't.
Nope.
Lita Alexander didn't, as we kind of got hints to. So, I mean, some people had good endings, some people had medium endings, and some people had bad endings.
Yeah, I mean, Ivanova, she left the station. and got her own command, but
yes,
she was still broken after the death of Marcus.
Yep.
Yes.
And only started to come to terms with that about 20 years later.
Mm-hmm. And it's good to see the Padawannabe. Yeah, Padawannabe, we're using Talk Studio. So unfortunately, Talk Studio, one main limitation, besides not streaming over to Rumble, is also not allowing any guests or co-hosts to stream to their channels.
Yeah.
And also it allows Padawannabes in. Oh, by the way, Padawannabe, I'm all ready for what you were suggesting. I got the movie ready set. I'm ready to watch it. So you just say the word.
Yeah, Padawannabe, I found one too. So
I had a hard time. There was two of them I wanted to do, but honestly, there was two.
I was thinking of two myself, man.
Yeah, but I broke it down. I saw it was on YouTube, so I'm going to sit down and watch it, and I'm all ready to go, man.
Very nice. So the rest of this article says for Stracyznski, the only way to move on will be when no leftists are dead or shunned so much in society that they can't operate. I'm sorry, non-leftists. My bad.
It's all right.
Which is exactly what mainstream publishing has attempted to do. Ironically, what he's presenting isn't a dangerous vision at all, but more of the same DEI agenda and everything. However, true visionaries do the work independently, self-publish, and bypass the system. While these brave authors are truly presenting visions dangerous to the establishment, they'd never get invited by J. Michael Straczynski to tell their science fiction stories. It's just another Hollywood hypocrite using a brand as a skin suit.
Mm-hmm.
And a magazine called Grimdark, that shouldn't be a woke publication. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, me either.
If they're just interviewing him and it's not, that's one thing. But they want to know what's going on with this, him doing Dangerous Visions.
I mean, is it a disappointment after what we saw with Babylon 5, what we saw of Crusade, and other works from J. Michael Straczynski? Yes, it's a disappointment, but I also understand that if he wants to keep his job in Hollywood, he's going to go wherever the stream is flowing.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh.
But he used to be a very stubborn man, though. It's like my way or highway type of man. I mean, that's what helped ruin Crusade. Well, other than the fact that TNT was lied to him about his ability to do the show without interference. But he told Warner Brothers, I do this show, you leave me alone. And he only acquiesced to an idea that they came down with because it was actually better. Sometimes that does happen, folks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, look at his work through the time. The Real Ghostbusters, He-Man, helping create and get going She-Ra.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and of course, like I said, the Twilight Zone series, the reboot from the 80s there. Captain Power in the future, Soldiers of the Future, I believe is how the whole name is. I mean, you take a look at everything that he was involved in through the time. And then moving up to Babylon 5. And really? Now you're going to start saying this?
Yep. Well, yeah, and even they said, like, in this article at the end, there's that Kickstarter banned us for no reason given as we launched our new Space Marine graphic novel. Wow. We are truly too dangerous for publishing.
Well, I can see why, because Games Workshop is very jealous of their copyright. If they're doing a Space Marine,
sure,
it was probably coming down from them.
Probably was, yeah. So, I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
So I'm sorry, you're not going to get much tears out of me. Even though they did try to go out there and say, Space Marine is exclusive to us. No one else can use it. Excuse me, you took that from Robert Heinlein, something called Starship Troopers. Go after yourself.
Yeah. So they don't really deserve to have a monopoly on the word Space Marine, I guess.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I mean, they basically took it from Highline.
Right.
If you take a look at the Space Marines in there, they're more Highline than they are the movie.
Yes. Of course, looking at this picture of the Space Marine, I think you guys are kind of copying stuff there. I don't know. So yeah, I agree with you, Baron.
Can you bring it up? I want to see it.
He just needs to scroll. Oh, he didn't.
I just took it away. Let me bring it back. It back.
Yeah, I just saw that. I found that interesting. I'm guessing that's definitely from the comic. That picture with the woman in the Space Marine.
All right, so let me just.
I don't know. Games Workshop does do some shady stuff, though.
Oh, hell yeah.
Especially lately, man. I don't. Makes my head spin a bit.
All right. I'm scrolling down.
He's a scrolling, don't you see?
But yeah, I was going to say something about this, too. I was thinking, this looks like it's out of Warhammer. And
yeah, I saw something come by, but I didn't really look at it too much. And it's not on screen yet, by the way.
Well, that's because I was scrolling down. I want to make sure I'm right at the picture. So when I do bring it up right now,
woo!
Hey.
There it is.
Everybody's not seeing me scroll. They see the image that we're talking about. Baron Orman Tagge. Now you best behave because you never know what's going to happen this Friday instead of the case, son.
Yeah.
You may think you're perfectly okay out there dealing with the zombies, the screamers, the juggernauts, the ferals, plague zombies, and then all of a sudden one's going to come up behind you and it's going to get you.
Now, are they trying to do a Warhammer one, or is this something their own? Because
I don't know, man.
Something their own, this thing looks way too Games Workshop.
I'm clicking on it on their comic. Oh, join our Discord. Okay, so yeah, that's this website uses cookies. They've got 219 backers for this, so they've certainly raised a lot of money.
But
30 days to go. Okay, funded. Okay, yeah, they passed their 5,000 goals. So
now, of course, he doesn't have a backpack like they do. But he's got the eagle on his chest, much like they do. The double hit.
You see the xenomorphs or whatever they are.
Looks a lot like an armor suit in Warhammer. It does.
Yes.
And the gun does too. The gun has a look of that.
Yeah, and I'm looking at these other pictures. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I would consider this plagiarism.
Yeah, they must have been the Imperium from a Xenos hive. I'm sorry, that sounds way too much. And now I'm not criticizing the artwork. No. I'm just criticizing the fact that,
I think I can kind of see why Kickstarter. You look at this like,
if you're going to sell this, you're going to get in a lot of issues. Is there anything more on this page about this?
Well, I clicked on the actual page and they showed.
I mean, look at this. Looks like Warhammer to me.
Yeah.
This too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Plagiarism. Copyright infringement.
I mean,
instead of orcs, you got xenomorphs.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm looking at those. I'm just like, and the art's pretty nice. It's just, actually, the art is nice.
I'm not criticizing the art. I'm just looking at this.
I just look at this and it's like, well, the Space Marine thing, I can see people having a problem with because it does look close to the Warhammer stuff.
Yeah, their version of the Tyranids.
Yes, exactly. Right, Tyranids. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's classic Tyranid. How they come in. So I mean,
so if they had a different looking suit, I don't think it would be as much of a problem. But I look at that.
Well, also, putting the eagle on that looks very similar to the one used in Warhammer.
It does.
Yeah,
it really does.
The double-headed eagle of the Aquala.
Yes.
The symbol of the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. You are, you're trading on some thin ice. You're making me defend Games Workshop, and I have to defend Games Workshop in this.
Yeah, certain things do look close. Now, did they deserve to be banned from Kickstarter? I don't know, but
if you're dealing with copyright infringement, of course you would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they don't go for that.
I agree, and you can see that there is a lot of similarities between the Space Marine and the actual Space Marine of Warhammer. So
and now you're making me go out there and defend Kickstarter.
Yeah,
I mean, what?
And they've certainly done some pandering, some other crap of their own recently.
A lot of crap, yeah. So you're making me go out there and defend people who I don't normally want to defend. See, I'm an equal opportunity person. If they did right, they did right. If someone's doing wrong, they're doing wrong. This person's doing wrong. They should have been far more creative in what they're doing. So
yeah, they should have. I agree with you, Baron. I do.
Yeah. But we got to be fair. We got to point out the suspected copyright infringement when we see it. As fans, when we look at something, we go, "No, that looks an awful lot like this property over here."
Yeah, copyright and creative. Because sometimes the person doesn't get a chance to copyright their stuff, but there's their creative stuff that they're doing. So. Yeah, I'm going to defend damn those that do wrong in there and try to make a buck. And then, of course, I'll have to defend those that, even though I don't like them, what they got.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if we're going to be fair, we've got to point it out on both sides.
Yes. I think we should.
Hey, where's Joker? Should that be still in the top 5? I don't see Joker on there.
Yikes! Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, it came out before. It came out after Beetlejuice. You'd think that'd be,
Well, apparently, Beetlejuice is still a draw because people want to see Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. They want to see Winona Ryder as Lydia, and they want to see Jason's favorite actress, Jenna Ortega, as Lydia's daughter.
Where's the simp?
I'm sure he's lurking. I mean,
no, I'm talking about the video, the clip.
I don't have that. Phil. People love the 40K side of Warhammer.
Phil, that's the 40K is their bread and butter. Fantasy is a nice whatever. Now that they're going back to the Warhammer, the old world where it was like before, it'll be interesting to see how popular that is, because Age of Sigmar really pushed the fantasy people away. And you know that, Phil. Unless you like Age of Smegmar. I'm sure he loves Age of Smegmar and hates the old world.
So we have the weekend box office. As you can see, Smile 2 came in at number 1 with 23 million. Let's take a look at the worldwide total if it's been released in other countries. I can't assume so. Okay, so this is interesting, though. I think this is the first time I've seen on Box Office Mojo, that is, where a movie's made the same amount domestically as it has internationally.
I know. I was just going to say.
Yeah, it's interesting. Is
there a copy paste?
They said the budget's 28 million. So,
well, it's already surpassed its budget. We don't know what the marketing budget was, but
right.
Wait a moment. You said 20. They did this film for only $28 million.
Yeah, only 28 million.
Oh, it wasn't going to succeed. They're not going to make money off of that. It's going to be a cheap ass film. No one wants to see that.
They got some Lady Gaga wannabe in Smile, but maybe it's a pretty good movie. I don't know. I haven't seen the first one, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil, don't start an argument between you and Baron.
Yeah, well, again, only that's basically, let's bring anime into the Warhammer universe where they, what is it, waifus? What are they called there?
Waifus, yeah,
Waifus, yeah.
Yes.
Tau is for the waifu, so it should be Phil McWaifu. There we go. Yeah, fantasy is the original one. Yeah, they started off with the fantasy, and then they started doing the with the Rogue Trooper, Rogue Trader, I mean, and then that just exploded. But both are good. Both are good. I mean, they go back to what the fantasy was, and I think that's really going to become popular. They're going to bring back those that they lost. Yeah. Unless, of course, you like Age of Smegmar.
Well, yes, you must trust in Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. And for anyone wondering, why are you doing that voice, Mike? Why are you doing that voice, Pacific? When we play Vermintide 2, that's usually the voice I use because of my character.
Yes.
Yep. He does it pretty damn good, too, guys.
It's not bad.
Now
and of course, Cash, he plays as the elf who likes to say, "Let's go, mayflies."
He always likes to play characters with nice butts. I think he wants attention.
Sure.
Is there something you want to tell us, Cash? Honestly,
it's funny.
Phil, now listen up, Phil. This is Major Pacific of the State of Decay branch. State of Decay 2 branch. We did not fail this Friday. No. My two boys right below me, they did not fail. They made me so proud. They encountered their first plague hearts. They encountered their first screamers. They encountered their first juggernauts. They kicked ass, son.
Nobody died. And I'm just shocked by that. And, Phil, I have to be a Tau hater. I'm with the Imperium of Man. I hate the Tau. I hate the Eldar. I hate the Orcs. I hate the Necrons. I hate the Tyranids. I mean, of course I hate them all because it's the Imperium of Man overall. We must get rid of the filthy Xenos.
I mean, whatever Phil wants to believe and his trolling nonsense, we've improved a lot with games. We've done well in STO. We've certainly improved a lot in Vermintide 2 and Darktide. I feel like with Darktide, we've definitely learned a lot that we can just take with Vermintide 2, how good the melee weapons are and so on, things like that. So, yeah.
What the hell you say?
Thanks, Al.
Thank you, Al.
Oh, no easy mode. We go by levels. We play by the levels, and I'm being scared. I should just jump in those games and play a little bit because I'm afraid I'm starting to lose my touch with them.
Nah, but no, we've I mean that was a pretty good learning curve with those Darktide games and Darktide and Vermintide 2. But yeah, we improved a lot. I mean, we started winning and getting better, and especially in Darktide.
Yeah.
It's just we had to figure out what weapons we needed to use to kill things and so on. And it's like, oh, okay, well we're doing well then. All right.
Yeah.
Getting stronger and all that.
Gentlemen, is that before we start jumping back into Vermintide 2, we go through practice drills.
Yeah.
All right. I'm up for it. And Anonymous can join us if he wants.
That's right, Anonymous. If you are listening and you are usually sometimes lurking, you can join the unit.
In some ways, Vermintide 2 is kind of a Halloweenish one. You're going to.
It is. Yeah.
Yep.
So is Darktide.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
I mean, it's Grimdark. You want Grimdark? There's your Grimdark. That's why they hate these games. They hate these games because of the fact that this is what it truly is. You want Dangerous Visions? Here's your Dangerous Vision. You want to live here? Yeah, good for you. I'll just visit.
I'd like to see Phil play State of Decay 2 on the highest difficulty. You talk about having to use all different kinds of operations, of tactics, stealth included. Well, that's it. Because if you make one wrong mistake, well, you're SOL.
I'm shocked how good I've gotten in some of these games. I don't say I'm great or anything above that, but how competent I am.
Because you're
I don't even say good.
Because you're willing to improve, man, and that's what it takes to get better at this stuff.
I'm willing to let you guys do all the hard work and take all the prizes. That's
what well, that's why, as Patreon and I were, explaining to you guys on Friday, he's more of the gun guy, the ammunition guy.
Yeah.
On the team. I'm more the explosive guy on the team. I get up close and I fight dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys right now, you guys are more of our long range backup. If shit hits the fan, we call on you guys to bail us out.
But the thing is usually we're gone the other way. We're like, Vito, hail me now.
Hey, I was proud of myself. I killed those 5 zombies. Like, oh, that's all right. That's a good step.
And Phil keeps going on about Team Epic Phil, but guess what, son? These boys, I'm so proud of these boys.
I mean, sure, I will admit.
I'm so proud of these boys right here. Did not get killed by a plague zombie.
Nope.
No.
We're not going to let that happen.
And I'm very proud of this boy right here. He helped kill a plague heart not once but twice and witnessed the death of a juggernaut.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think I got a couple rounds on him, but it doesn't matter. You took him out.
And he had good leadership, not just from myself, but from Major Patriot, Smoking Patriot.
You guys were assholes to us, but we needed
it. Son, when you're at war with zombies and State of Decay 2, son, you got to think fast on your feet. You got to know how to handle your weapon at all times. You know how to handle your vehicle at all times. If your vehicle is required to run down some zombies, you will use that vehicle to run down those zombies. Do I make myself clear?
I was doing that yesterday. It was so much fun. It was so fulfilling.
The only advice I would give you was make sure you don't do it too much where your car catches fire and one more hit, it explodes. But if that happens, make sure you have a toolkit with you.
I got toolkits.
So getting back to these movies, I'm just having a little fun. Letting you guys all know the fun that we have on Fridays during our game streams.
Yeah. For the Friday Night Hooligans. Mm-hmm. I think that's what we should call it. Friday Night Hooligans. You should put that in the name. Friday Night Hooligans. Gaming,
okay. Yeah, no problem.
Terrifier.
I think I even got a logo for you.
Terrifier 3 made $9.3 million, and it currently has a grand total of $41,575,488. Beetlejuice made $5 million over the weekend, bringing its grand total to $434,573,139. That's very good.
Yeah,
I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah,
I may not like it as much as the original, but you can't deny its success.
Yeah, right. It's been a success, definitely.
We Live in Time. Not familiar with it, but it's made $4.5 million. Looks like it might be a low budget film, but that's fine. I mean,
I'm not worried low budget.
We need those films to succeed.
Yeah, I root for that. Where was Joker? I want to see where Joker was.
Private Tag. I am getting to that information right now.
Okay. Ooh, ow.
Just hold your horses, Private. So Joker falling into $2.1 million. Ooh. Ow. Ooh.
56.5 over 3 weeks.
Ooh.
They like it worldwide, though. That's what's keeping it alive.
Yeah, international is keeping it alive.
Man, there's no way that shit's gonna make a profit, though. Be shocked.
Well, I mean, if they got 191, I think they have, unless that film was heavily,
Can't be that much, though. Yeah, isn't Joker cost 200 some? I think.
I thought it was 200 million, if not a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
200 million. So
yeah.
Wow,
that's so good. Yeah, I know.
Well, that's what happens when you have a director who says F you to the studio, F you to what made the first one a success.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Piece by Piece, which made 2.1 million. I'm not familiar with that one
either. Oh, the Pharrell Williams one. Okay.
All right.
I think I. Oh, and the Lego animation. I see told through the lens of the Lego. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen the trailer for that. Okay.
And Transformers 1 made 1.9 million over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it currently has a worldwide total of 119 million. Unfortunately, it would have to make 150 million based on its budget of 78 million, and also advertising costs to even break even.
Horrible advertising.
Well, yeah, that first trailer did not help the movie at all.
No, it did not.
Mm-hmm.
And rounding up the top 10 is the re-release of The Nightmare Before Christmas with 1.1 million. And in its re-release, it's made 4.8 million here domestically. Mm-hmm. That's not bad. I mean,
1,700 theaters, yeah. Who wouldn't want to see that on a big screen again?
I mean, I wish for the Fathom event on the 21st, because they're having Back to the Future Part 2 back in the theaters for its anniversary. I wish that was playing at my theater here. I'd go see it in the theater again.
Well, those mom and pa Mayberry theaters don't exactly stuff. What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, always marking the location. I swear. I swear, Private Tag. I hope you don't get left behind on Friday. Because
it won't happen.
You're going to have to run back to the base, and that ain't fun. Especially when you get to the higher difficulties. It ain't fun.
Oh, I can imagine. More zombies. Hey, that says something. I like that game, and I am not a fan of zombie games and survival games with zombies. But I like this one. So, hey, I'm willing to sit back and say these things.
I know you are. I know you are. When we were trying to decide what we were going to play this past Friday, Cash and I were talking about it. We know you're not a fan of zombie games, but we were both thinking that you would like this particular one because it's got that third-person perspective. It's got so much that you can do in it. And, you're not dealing with the zombies in the first-person perspective where they're coming right at you and you have to kill them. You can see the area. You can see the area around you from the third-person perspective, so you can see where you can run to, where you can't run to. You're able to defend yourself with a melee weapon, and as your character skills increase, some characters are able to kick the zombies down and fight them off that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really, really good game. I'm just kind of surprised by that, and and by the way, I don't know if it was you. Was it you? Thank you for it.
Yeah, it was me. I didn't want to tell you I was doing that.
Well, thank you. That was very kind of you. And I know Cash wouldn't have done that because that would have meant he would have had to open his second money bin.
Really,
He
Baron.
didn't want to get that.
Really, Baron. Really. Yeah.
Although
Really?
I must admit, Baron, I thought as soon as I sent it to you and as soon as you opened it, I thought you were going to either send me a message on Discord or call me and curse me out and say, "How dare you buy me a zombie game? You know how I feel about zombie games."
I think you would like Left 4 Dead as well. There's a few zombie games you'd probably enjoy, man.
Yeah, but I don't like zombies.
I know,
having
but
aliens or having something else.
There's more to it than just the zombies. You would like Left 4 Dead, man.
But Left 4 Dead is the kind of game where I think even you, as someone who doesn't like zombies, would enjoy.
Yeah, you like the banter between the characters and stuff.
Yeah, I like because it's like Vermintide and Darktide and all that.
Right. Yes.
It's the atmosphere.
But there's even more banter, if I remember, between the characters. So,
yeah. In what, Left 4 Dead?
Yes.
Okay.
And we have this article from That Park Place.
Ooh.
It's by our old friend John F. Trent, formerly of Bounding into Comics.
John!
It was posted on the 18th, and it says, Sweet Baby Inc. Infected Unknown 9 Awakening performs worse than Concord. Only manages 169 peak concurrent players. Ooh. Ooh.
Wow.
Ouch.
Then there's a message on there. It's like, thanks to you people on Steam. It's so funny. It's pretty much the copy and paste message of Concord. I think it's satire. I don't know if I think someone might have done it as a joke, but I think people are mad. It's like you got a lot of the media. You got a lot of the media saying, "Oh, yeah, this game's fun." It's like, actually, no. I take that back. Some of the media is saying, I don't know what this is, but they keep doing these things and they think this is going to be a success, and it's like, no.
Not so much.
Not only does he have a lock on his wallet, he has to do a cavity search to get to it when he's going to buy something.
I have to put in a special code.
In a special place. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't even want to know what that special place is.
Yeah, that really sounds crazy, Baron. I don't know about that.
And of course, retina scan in a.
No. I have to put the wallet in 3 different safes, and then there's a lock on the wallet itself. So.
He's got 15 anti-hackers on his team.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got Scammer Payback on his phone, on his speed dial.
Scammer Payback, yeah.
So with this article from That Park Place by John F. Trent, it says, the latest game to have Sweet Baby Inc. consoled on it, Unknown 9 Awakening, perform worse than Concord on its release date, only managing to garner a peak concurrent player base of just 169 players. Excuse me.
Oh, there'll be a lot of space for us in there then. Cool.
SteamDB data shows that the game hit an all-time peak of just 169 concurrent players around 8 p.m. Eastern on October 17th. That is far worse than Concord. If you recall, Concord hit a peak concurrent of 697 players when it released. Unknown 9 Awakening's peak is 75% less than Concord. Ouch.
Ow. This is where you need to have the Peter Griffin going, ooh.
I I'll make that, and then the next time we use Talk Studio, it'll be one of our new clips.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm so happy.
Woohoo!
These numbers are not at all surprising. Craig Skirtsmith, aka Scuttering Craig, noted that his retail insider informed him that pre-orders for the game were extraordinarily low. He shared, my retail insider, who has access to the 800 plus big box stores, pre-order numbers tell me that Unknown 9 Awakening had a total of 46 pre-orders. Ooh. but 12 were canceled. Ooh. So actually there were only 34. Ooh, ow. Ooh. Do I have a clip that's at least somewhat appropriate?
We almost to have kills going burn.
Well, this is as appropriate as it gets.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Yeah, you're pretty right. You're pretty correct. That's the right one there.
Yeah, that works.
34 pre-orders in over 800 stores. Yikes. Well, that is yikes. I mean, if you're expecting this game to sell, you're expecting to make some profit from this game, and there's only 34 pre-orders and 169 players playing it on release day. Yeah, that's not good.
How are you gonna get all those people coming in and buying those DLCs and cosmetics and stuff like that? Which you rely on. Yeah. Good job.
Not only are gamers not playing the game, but those who did play it are not impressed at all, as the game has mostly negative reviews on Steam. Hounds on Steam wrote, I didn't even know this game was a thing, and honestly, it should have stayed that way.
Oof.
The faces are clunky, the enemies just stiff, and fall like figurines when defeated. He continued, ran okay, but during transitions, game almost blew itself up. Honestly, the game feels and looks like it's mid-development with no polish. Should have cooked for at least another year. Save your money. This sucks.
Wow.
Ooh.
Might not be around in a year.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm serious. I mean, if they're not going to catch people, this is going to go the way of Concord. Boom.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
And then Jeef also wrote, wow, just wow. I got this game for free with an AMD GPU purchase, and even then I feel like I want a game refund. The combat feels like it's from 2005, as well as the lack of facial expressions. The eyes just stare straight ahead, and it's quite disturbing. He added, the combat is woeful. Just dodge and hit. Stealth works the best, but it rarely stays that way.
Wow.
Oh, perfect game for Mike then. No stuff.
No! I am not wasting my money on this.
I know you're not.
This is gonna be a course. What is this? A $70 game? Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even buy this game on sale. Let's see. Regine.
I don't want to gift it to me. Nobody gift this to me.
No. Regine also shared, this is a mess. Combat is dated. Animations are strange in spots. As usual, they hired an attractive model for the face, then butchered her because being pretty is raw now.
Yeah.
The eyes were dead like a shark. They didn't even look in the right direction during scenes. I could write a long review explaining everything, but I won't waste my time. It's already failing, but if you need one main cause, I will say this. Sweet Baby Inc. was involved, he added. And then they concluded.
Really?
Yeah.
It actually looked interesting, so it's a shame. Luckily, I got it free from AMD, who locks the game at 85 frames per second. Okay. The game was confirmed to have been worked on by Sweet Baby Inc. by the Shorty Awards, and entry for the game listed Sweet Baby Inc. co-founders David Bedard and Kim Belair in the game's credits. Bedard is credited as the brand content manager at Reflector Entertainment Limited, while Belair is credited as story architect at Sweet Baby Inc. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Bedard. Yeah. I could say something else about his last name, but anyways, continue.
Unknown 9 Awakening joins an ever-growing list of video games that are commercial failures after Sweet Baby Inc. touches them. The most well-known was Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Warner Brothers Discovery had to take a $200 million impairment charge on the game after it failed following its release in February. Other Sweet Baby Inc. failures include Flint Rock, The Siege of Dawn, Tales of Kenzura, Zao, and Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew. What do you make of Unknown 9 Awakening only hitting 169 peak concurrent players on the day it's released? Well, when people get word that Sweet Baby Inc. has worked on it, I'm sure a lot of people are like, yep.
Well, I don't know why they put that there and then there's no comments section anymore. It's just weird, you know. I guess it just wants you to go on Facebook or X and repost this or whatever with a comment.
Or leave a comment on it on their X page.
Or there's some email thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It's funny. Sometimes the comments load and sometimes they don't load.
Maybe also they want you to now make an account on here. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Which I'll be honest, I wouldn't be against doing because I've watched WDW Pro's content. I like the content.
Yeah. I
because
agree.
He gives a well thought out perspective on what's going on, not just with Disney, but with other topics like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, John of Trump is good. Sometimes he does go on a bit of a rant on things, but you know, I always liked his takes on things. I wouldn't be against subscribing to it, you know, signing up for it, as long as they don't have to pay. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't want to. But you know, again, these DEI people, especially Sweet Baby Inc., they're in the same category as sex workers. They all say about how proud they are of the work they do, but they don't want to put it on their resume. These games companies are puffing their chest out, but they don't want to admit that they deal with Sweet Baby Inc. Again, another, you know, we don't deal with sex workers. So I mean, if you're afraid to let people know you're involved with them, it's the same thing. There's something wrong. There's something
very wrong with them.
Right, and very shameful. You know, let's put it that way. You know, for a lot of women and men that have been involved in that industry, many of them aren't proud of it, and want to hide that they did that. You know, they had to do it for the money. Okay. Ooh, too bad we can't raise the flag. Oh well, someday you'll be here.
It's all good.
Someday. But yeah, I mean, if you have to be sneaky about it and such, then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Sweet Baby Inc. is one of them. Remember how they were trying to deny so many things and before because you know they were afraid of
yeah, they started hiding stuff and whatever. Yeah.
Right. So that is your first warning, people. Right there. That's your first warning. If they don't want you to know that they're associated or they work for something like this, there's something wrong. If I was involved in a project, I would be private. I'd have it right out there. Well, usually if I have something, if this allowed us to have the little thing down below, the other tag, I would be, you know, putting in. Well, I have for the other places, you know, which shows I work on. You know, Pop Talk, The Beyond, Cranky Old Fans. Why? I'm proud of it.
That's right.
If I wasn't proud of it, I wouldn't put it on there and say cash who? Jace who?
Yeah.
Mike who? Oh, you mean the comic book creator? Oh yeah, I hang out with Pacific414 before. Never heard of it. I mean, honestly, you know, if you weren't, and to go a little bit into a tirade, That's the same when it comes around to picking mascots and having who represents your team as an image or a logo or a name. You're doing it because it's a matter of pride, not mocking. It gets you going. It builds you up. It's not racist, bigoted, or anything across the board. In some ways, it's an honor, but you opt to go out there and you opt to decide we're going to be victimized, which a lot of times is the young white women that are going out there think, "Shh, I'm here for you.
Yep.
Don't worry," as they cover the mouth of whoever it is that they want to represent.
Right.
It's a small segment. These are and what I'm saying is, the type, pink, blue, whatever hair. Sometimes the little body stuff like
is,
that. And wearing every pin there is on their vest.
Yep.
I'm talking about them, not the real young ladies out there that we like.
Exactly. So since you weren't able on Thursday to read an article, I'm going to give you the honor of reading this one, Baron.
No, you don't have to. No, Mike has the choice. Mike has. No, I'm serious. Mike is the one that has the choice.
So he says you decide who reads this article. So yeah, I'll give you the honor of this because I know you were so upset you didn't get to read on Thursday, Baron. So. You sounded kind of upset, man. So I want to help you out.
Yeah. Well, I can't share screens or.
I already brought it up. Private tag. I already brought it up.
Yeah, I just noticed because I was looking at the one I brought to my side so I could read the story and keep this up, and I turned and looked. Oh, it's up there too. I didn't know you were back. Okay. So, going into serious announcer voice here in report, basically news reading. We have a story here from Bounding into Comics. The byline is Billy Otteroy. I hope I said that right.
I think it's Otteroy. Yeah, I think so.
Otteroy? Yeah,
I think so.
Billy Otteroy. And this was, of course, time-stamped on October 17th, 2024, just a few days ago. And Lord, please help me as I get to this article. Please let me have the fortitude.
You'll make it. I'm here for you for backup.
I know.
It's all good.
I know you are. So, Wicked star Cynthia Erivo.
Erivo? I guess that's how she pronounces it.
Okay. And if I'm pronouncing names wrong, I'm not doing it to mock.
No,
I'll let you know if I am. I will let you know if I am mocking. Condemns fans for editing films posted to resemble Broadway original. None of this is funny. None of this is cute. It degrades me. Well, first of all, no one was doing it to be funny. Oh God, help me. Wicked or Wicked Part 1, as is now known, is one of the most anticipated films of the 2024 festive seasons, as millions of Wizard of Oz fans look forward to visiting the musical's fantastic representation of the Emerald City. And there she is. 2 films. The second one is scheduled for release in November of 2025, again for the holiday season.
Erivo. So I think you got it, Barrett. Erivo.
Okay.
Yes, Erivo. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Will focus on the transformation of Ephela Throp. There we go, Cynthia Erivo.
Alphaba.
Okay, thank you. From an innocent green-skinned college girl into the dreaded Witch of the West and her conflict with a snobby Glinda Upland. And that's Ariana Grande, who herself goes on to become Glinda the Good. Oh, my word. Ahead of his premiere in November of 2024, Universal released both the first trailer for Wicked and its official theatrical poster. Its artwork featuring Elphaba. Donning her infamous pointed black hat and Glinda.
The only reason why I know how to say it is because my sister, who is a big Broadway fan, corrected me.
The Broadway play is outstanding, I hear. So I've watched some of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when your sister drills it into you have a tendency to remember.
I've had many musicals drilled into me because my mom and sister. No, seriously.
No, that's good.
My mom and sister love Broadway, so
yeah.
Well, I mean, you got Singing in the Rain, Chicago. You can go down the list. Yeah.
Padawan, quit reading my mind. Reading my mind. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, well.
And Glinda whispering into her ear with a cupped hand. Okay. While the poster closely recreates the one used to promote the original Stephen Schwartz penned musical, many fans were upset about the changes made to the image, such as Mike.
What? It says
their name. Such as
Elphaba.
Elphaba.
I'm having a hard time with that name.
No, it's okay. Elphaba.
Elphaba.
Kind of like Kevin Feige, right?
Oh, you mean Kevin?
No.
Feige.
Elphaba. Yeah.
Hey, the other one's a perfectly cromulent name.
Means F, so Elphaba. Yeah.
Yeah. Eyes no longer being covered by the brim of her hat, perhaps most notably the fact that her enchanting red smirk was now a lipstickless green. Following reveal, fan art quickly hit social media as viewers moved to correct these discrepancies. Yes. And while most of the attempts focused on bringing the film's poster more in line with this inspiration, some notably decided to take a dark turn with their efforts. For example, one fan producing an AI video from the poster, which shows the two leading actresses fighting, while others still took to using their editing skills to mock Aviro's anatomy, which,
And before you continue, Barrett, I do want to say hello to
Anonymous.
What's up, dude?
Yeah. Don't say you're a big... Okay, you don't tempt me, Anonymous. I like Padawans. 2 witches, 1 cup. Enter Erivo, who rather than ignoring these edits or recognizing that, for the most part, they were made in order to pay homage to the original Wicked musical, instead took massive offense to the fact that fans had altered her image. Taking to the auto-deleting stories features of her personal Instagram account on October 15th, the actress first took aim at the above poster edited from Wicked Mexico fans. Who's now being bigoted here? These are Wicked Mexican fans, and you're attacking them? And declared that the musical accurate poster was the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to people posting the question, is your meow meow green? Now, that poster, honestly, we'll continue on here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to give folks context.
Right.
So give me a second, because I gotta look it up. This is the movie poster. The one on the right here is the fan edited one. Let me bring up an image of the Broadway one in case it's not in this article.
Yeah.
So let me bring that up to give folks some context here. And I should have it here in a few seconds. Okay, let me get a bigger image. This way you all can see it better. You know what? I'll just take it from the playbill. So,
playbill.
And I will just go ahead and increase the size so you all can see the original.
Well, the reason I think they did the original the way it's supposed to be is it's supposed to be, you're not supposed to see her eyes yet. No. I think because she's the Wicked Queen, well, whatever.
Wicked Witch of the West.
Well, I know. I was about to say Wicked Queen. I'm laughing, but no, it's just she's a witch, and it's just I think it's intentional. and it makes you think, oh, what does her eyes look like? But the problem is, with a lot of these people now in Hollywood, they have to have their face shown because they're narcissists. And this woman, obviously, it seems to me that she's a narcissist. This is not a slight at her. Somebody just was like, oh, well, I remember how the original looked. I want to make it more like the original.
Right. And the thing is what is the name of your musical?
Wicked.
What does that first poster, the quote unquote real poster, does that give you anything associated with being wicked?
Look at the smirk on her face.
Exactly. Look at the smirk. Exactly.
That tells you exactly. I mean, these posters are supposed to tell you exactly in an image what you're going to see. That's why these posters are important.
Yes.
You see the other one where you have her and then the fan one.
Yes.
Well, let me finish what she read here. And you can keep that up. I'll just finish what you read here.
Do you see how it's more effective, though?
I'm going down to where you left off this way.
You guys see how it's more effective with her eyes covered and whispering. When she's actually showing her eyes, it's not as effective.
No, it's not.
It's really not. She'll tell us we're Ross's or racist or whatever. It's sexist, so stupid. Racist, of course.
But I actually prefer the fan version. That's how they should have done it.
Exactly.
If you're going to do a proper homage. In fact, here, let me read it. From there, the actress broke into an all-out narcissistic, egotistical rant, declaring, "None of this is funny. None of this is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us." Who's us? Who's us for, by the way? Who is us?
I don't know, dude. They always want to use the generalization bullshit, so.
Yeah. The original poster is an illustration, she argued. Yes, you're right. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera at you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our posters are an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me. And that's just hurtful. No, I mean, honestly, that's what it is. But the thing is
yes,
she's wrong.
Yes.
It's more than just the eyes. The original poster with the smirk, if she had it just like that and she had the smirk, that's how else you act.
That's right.
It's not.
We communicate with our facial expressions. We communicate with our body language.
Yeah. If that was, if you had more of a smirk on that face down there, it would really drive home. That is not an insult. That is nothing of an insult.
That is storytelling. That's letting the audience know what they're getting into.
This is more effective.
That is communication.
This image is more effective that they had, that the Wicked Mexican fans did. It was not meant to insult or belittle you. This is the one you are all upset about, not the one where you have people, going the AI one like you're offensive, or what color is your meow meow and stuff like that, and the other ones that were literally attacks.
Yes.
This isn't. And this
people
is the one you take problem with
online. Right, exactly. Yes.
This is the one that tipped you over the scale. This is the one where you're thinking that we're being whatever, when none of that is part of this. Your face is still there. We see your lips and they're red. They stand out. I'm sorry, when your lips were green, they didn't. Your lips are supposed to. And no, that is not a racist comment about people of color in their lips. No. Any woman that's green with the red lips. It doesn't matter what you are. It's supposed to draw it out. That's why that one poster.
It's supposed to catch someone's eye when they're looking at the poster, when they're looking at that image.
Yep.
How are you supposed to draw attention to your movie? You have to have things in the poster.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I tell you, the poster with the eyes. I'm sorry, you look like you're phoning it in. That's not helping your cause, actually. You look like you're phoning it in.
No, it doesn't. It's just, she's like, huh? But with the smile and the smirk and then the eyes hidden, and the red lipstick, it's so much more effective.
You're doing what a lot of women want to do in days of film when they have a hat. Be mysterious, cover your eyes, use your mouth.
Yes.
It's a mystery thing. It brings mystery to you. It makes people intrigued in you by not seeing the eyes at first, because the eyes are the mystery.
Yep, exactly.
They're the windows of the souls.
Yes.
You keep it like this, you have that mystery going.
Yes.
And people are more intrigued with you this way than you showing your "I'm here to phone it in" eyes.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder what else have they changed about this musical. Are they actually going to follow a lot of the format? Or are they going to change some stuff and put their own bullshit agenda that was never in the original musical to begin with? Hopefully not, but you never know. So
yeah, and you know what? You got, before I continue, you got that picture of her wearing her signature hat down there. Look at those eyes there. If you're going to show the eyes, those are the eyes you should have seen, not the one in the poster. If you had this look with the red lips on the poster, boom. But no, your look didn't look good on there. This would have looked better. But let's get back to the story. Going into professional mode now. Okay. However, rather than receiving a one-sided outpouring of support, Erivo instead found her post met not just with her supporters, but also numerous wicked fans who believe she may have been overacting to the edit. The hell you say? Which they correctly noted were being made not out of malice, but again, out of a desire to see the live-action poster conform with the original Broadway one. I don't see the harm in this. It's just a simple edit to show how it would be if an identical to the original, questions one fan. I think this person is just a fan who didn't mean to hurt anyone, one person commented. And from a neutral perspective, it should be noted that the fans are clearly right. Nothing in the edit or the post directly attacks the actress. Truly, all wicked Mexican fans did was give
Elphaba.
Right.
Red lipstick. So yeah, go ahead.
Elphaba. Okay. Red lipstick and cover her eyes. Yeah, of course. As seen in the conclusion of her above post, Erivo doesn't think so, and has instead chosen to format an absolute non-trovacy. Obviously, Erivo would close out her attack on fans by sharing the film's poster. "Let me put it right here," she said, "to remind you and cleanse your palate." Yeah, that looks horrible. I'm sorry.
She just looks like she came in to take the picture and she's bored out of her mind.
Right.
Exactly.
Like I said, if she
it doesn't have the same impact as the red lips, the covered face, and
Right. If it was more like that scene that
the
we
White
saw
Queen
there,
whispering to her, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that look.
I mean, you want me to put it another way? I'll put it another way. It looks like we all look when we go to have our picture taken at the DMV.
Yeah.
Good analogy.
Like
good
that.
analogy.
It's a good one.
Yeah. But I'm sorry. This is not an insult to you.
Oh.
But you look horrible in there because, like I said, that one picture showed the range. And that's the look. If you're going to have your eyes shown and such, that's the look you should have had. Boom. And you should be wearing red lipstick, not green. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be contrasting, striking. None of that is being an insult. Again, it's adding to the mystery. Interesting enough, her strong comments about the fan edits haven't been shared by any of her wicked co-stars, including Peter College, Jeff Goldblum, Michelle
Peter
Yao,
Dinkelberry,
Ethan Slater, and the aforementioned
Ethan.
Ethan Slater and the aforementioned Grande, who Erivo eventually tagged in her original Instagram rant. Talk about doing the house of dishonor, crossing the chest and turning your back. Universal Pictures Besides rubbing their forehead, doing face palms, cinematic take on Wicked is currently on track to begin walking the yellow brick road on November 26th. How is this going to help her? Gentlemen, how is this going to help her? Honestly, how is this going to help?
It's not. And again, there's nothing wrong with paying homage to the original source material. That original source material being the original poster, which I will again put up on a screen.
Yes, I like that poster a lot. Actually, I like the original. I like the fan edit they did.
Yeah,
it just
my sister has it.
It tells so many more words than the one they did for her because of her look, and she just doesn't look like she cares that somebody's whispering. The smirk just says, "Oh, really?" The other one, and other people say, "Oh, why does this matter?" It's like, of course it matters. And even the original fans of the musical love this poster, obviously, because it's set up very. It's a smart way to do it. It's smart marketing.
Cash.
Yeah.
Just say what it is. It's iconic.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
I think in one word, all you need to use one word about this poster, and it's iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not necessarily be iconic in general, but even I understand this is an iconic image for this play.
Yes.
This is what helped get people coming in and see it. And it's very minimalist. This is kind of a minimalist piece of work, right? Very, very simple, but to that point.
And you know what? Here's another thing. My sister likes what the director is saying, that he's going to stay true to both the Broadway show and the book that it's based on. He's going to add elements of that. And I don't know if they have an appearance, but Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel have been rumored to be making cameo appearances in this movie since they originated the roles on Broadway of Glinda and Elphaba. And
hey, I want Steve in there. Steve's got to make a cameo.
Yeah, he was part of it too. I even told you that, Cash, that Steve from Married with Children played the wizard.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's really
well.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's a Broadway star. I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons why he left Married with Children is he didn't want to get caught up in that. He wanted to go back on stage. So
can't blame him. That's cool.
No, because that's where he is.
Very cool.
No,
that's where he was most comfortable.
I mean, I you know what? This is my take on her in one word: egotistical, hubris, narcissistic, moronic, stupid, trying to find a fight. Oh, sorry, that's more than one word. But really, this is her. And I'm trying to figure out, this is an insult to us. What's she saying? Is she trying to bring race into this?
Of course.
Because it has nothing to do with race.
So then she starts making herself look like, unfortunately, a DEI hire for this project. Because by saying this, and then even some people I saw on social media, like you're taking the goodwill out of this, and now I don't want to see this movie anymore. And I think some people are going to feel that way because they're just stabbing their own foot.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be probably more of the hardcore, but her coming out with that, that mindless, senseless. Again, of all of them that's out there, right? That people did. You had the ones that are doing, is your meow meow green, stuff like that.
Yeah, right. That's offensive, right?
Yeah, right. But this is the one that you get butthurt over.
Right. Exactly.
There is nothing. If I was in her place and I saw that, I would laugh and say, you know what, we should do that. In fact, I'm calling and seeing if we can redo this poster.
Yeah. Just like the woman who, of course, was in Jurassic World, and then, of course, in the Cowboy Bebop, and the way she was acting. Then they found pictures of her with scantily clad outfits, and at least one or two. And it's like just being a hypocrite. That's right.
Who
you got it.
Was in Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I want to forget her name if I can, but she's been in other things. So
you talking about Pinata? Yeah.
Yeah, Pinata, right?
The thing is, you, Cash, you, Mike, people in the stream, all that. Now, if you were chosen to be in a project like this, right, and it's based off of a musical or it's based off, let's say, a comic book, and there's an iconic iconic comic book cover on there, right? And they want to use that for the poster of the film. But with that, maybe some of your facial features are obscured because of a helmet or whatever, or a hat or whatever. Would you be honored?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Daniel Craig, he wanted to be in a Star Wars movie. He was in The Force Awakens. You didn't actually see him. You heard him, but you didn't see him.
Well, you saw him, but he was in a stormtrooper outfit.
I mean, I'm talking about you didn't actually see his face.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
And while we're at it, the two princes were there, Harry and William. They were in stormtrooper outfits, too.
But see, the thing is, all of us, that's the whole thing. They don't care. A lot of Hollywood, the mystery, the more details. That's why we get these characters as well that are just one-dimensional and not well written and all kinds of stuff, because they don't care about these things. Well, this is enough. We don't, and if the fans want more, they're asking for too much. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Because we've
You're
seen
supposed
it
to be
before.
creative.
That's
You're
right.
supposed to be creative.
Exactly.
Of course, you're supposed to give more.
Yeah.
You're supposed to make the fans and all that out there excited, and you're supposed to keep on pushing the boundaries within, of course, the story. What the universe is, but you want to. But honestly, if someone came along and we had the cover, the film poster that we're in, right, wasn't quite to the comic book cover, and fans went out there and corrected it. Say that the helmet didn't fully cover your eyes. Maybe it's like Judge Dredd type of thing, right?
Yeah.
And they went in there and they corrected it. Would you be offended? Do you think that's an attack on you?
No, I think that's
no.
Cool.
You would be honored. Maybe you sit back and say to the boosters, "Can we change the poster to this, please?"
Yep.
Let's have it as accurate as possible, because this is an honor for me.
Absolutely no problem, nothing wrong with doing a respectful homage to something that came before. In this case, a poster.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, once again, that's why this looks like a DEI situation. Is just just entitlement, narcissism nonsense. I need to show my face. It's like the Pedro Pascal bullshit. Again, I need to always show my face now.
Well, let's give credit here. This fully, truly isn't a DEI necessarily situation, because maybe she was picked for the part for her talent, right?
Right.
But she's the one that went off on the tirade in a ridiculous,
that's why it
moronic one, right?
Way. Yes.
And none of her co-stars backed her up.
No.
So you can see right here, even there, by being silent, they're disgusted by it. Yes. I mean, Peter Dinklage already got himself in enough trouble with bitching about being a man of low height, right?
Yes.
And seems to have pulled that back a little bit when he started seeing that people of low height are not getting hired for jobs no more. Look at how he was saying about that Snow White.
With Rachel Zegler, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah, the monstrosity of what's coming out. And it's like, it's because of you, Dinky, or, and others like you, that caused that to happen. You could have probably been in that film. He probably wanted to be in that film. But they said, sorry, too short to play a dwarf.
That's right.
Right? So I guess he got himself a little bit of a lesson there. Jeff Goldblum, I know he's left to center, but he's rather grounded.
Yes.
He's rather grounded. And he's more than happy to make fun of himself. I mean, if you're
of course.
Yourself, obviously, you don't have, you have an ego, but it's an ego that's a relaxed ego. You're comfortable. You're comfortable ego. It's like, it's fun. It gets me attention. People love and laugh me more. Ariana Grande. I mean, I don't know, but I mean,
Ariana Grande.
She tagged her, and I know she was really expecting her to join in. If she tagged her in that Instagram, crickets. Michelle Yeoh. I mean, Michelle Yeoh, Asian actress, right?
Yes.
And she goes, "No, I'm not getting into this one." So
of course not. Yeah.
You basically had someone who got the job for what they were able to, and they turned DEI. They turned into the Walking Dead.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
And and I mean, I've equal to that. The wildest, most offensive things I've seen equal to that awful AI of us fighting. Equal to people posting the question: "Is your meow meow green?" None of this is funny. None of this is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us.
Yeah.
Okay, what's us?
No.
I mean, and then of course she talked. This is the one that sent her over the edge, right? That tells you this woman really has mental issues. This woman needs to be in a padded cell. I'm sorry, she does. If I was her, I'd try to get a hold of Mexican Wicked fans and get in contact with them and tell them, hey, thank you. This is wonderful. You could have done a little bit better work on that, but I realize you only have so much you can work with. But other than that, thank you. I would personally thank them.
Yes.
And I have seen people do that are involved in these projects.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate what you did.
Yep.
You obviously love Wicked, and I appreciate how you made me look even more like the Broadway.
Yeah, but they can't do that, man, because their narcissism and their garbage doesn't allow them to, and so they that's why certain people live rent free in their head. But and I'm not saying she didn't work hard to probably get this part. It's just when people start seeing this, they're like, okay, now you're taking away some of the goodwill from this movie that I want to see. So some people are like, that's a turnoff, and now I'm not going to go see your film.
Actually, to tell you the truth. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Yeah, no, that's it. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. To tell you the truth, I've really lost interest in seeing this movie now.
That's fine. Yeah.
I know. I really have. My interest wasn't exactly high, but I would watch it on streaming. It's like, okay, what the hell? Let's just give it a watch and see what this is all about, right? I have that curiosity. Yeah. But you destroyed that. Why would I want to watch a film with how you reacted to this poster and saying this is the worst thing that ever happened to you?
Mm-hmm. I know. It's ridiculous, man. But
if she was attacking the other stuff, I'd be right behind her.
Unfortunately, this is going to continue in Hollywood and the nonsense. So, it seems like every other week fans are getting attacked for something. They do something. They're calling out bullshit, and then people want to call them all these names, and it's just stupid.
Well, let me bring something up here, Cash.
Yeah.
Remember I said things are changing in Hollywood, right?
Maybe a little bit, but not enough.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Right? And I also said it's going to be in stages, but it's going to surprise you. And this article did kind of that to me. Why? Because normally, when you have this rant, there have been just the outpouring of support, right? Mm-hmm. Including the people that worked with her.
Yes, I know.
What we saw in this article is that not only are her co-stars silent, but there are other fans of the Broadway show who are saying, no, this is a tribute to that original poster.
That's right.
No. So we are now starting to see this happening. I mean, she specifically tagged Ariana Grande in this. Why?
Yes.
Well, she's
Ariana.
Yeah.
I've almost said Areola. That's usually what I call her. But Ariana Grande, right? Who's what? She's from either Argentina or Brazil.
Something.
Yeah, but she's from South America. She's from South America. And again, nothing wrong. But I'm sure she was hoping to get kind of the Pedro Pascal type of thing out of her, where she'd join up because I'm just this poor woman from down there, even though she's uberly successful. Right, not my thing, but she's uberly successful.
Yes.
Well, we're using Talk Studio today, Anonymous.
Yep. Go back to your she shed, Anonymous.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hey, I want my shriveled balls. I like my shriveled balls. But you know what? This article here and what we're seeing on that is now speaking. This is part of that. Even the other actors, and we know they're left to center, and that they're about diversity and stuff like that, right? Hey, raisins are delicious. They remain silent. They realize how ridiculous it is. They realize that this is now over the edge.
Yeah, it's getting even stupider, but yeah.
This is so, Cash. Look at this as one of the phases I was talking about. Things changing in Hollywood. The fact that these guys all remain silent, and let's see what happens when the next entitled celebrity, quote unquote, does a rant like this about some movie, and see if they have the same response.
Yeah, hopefully, man. This is a good example of hopefully things are starting to change a little bit.
Right. So
I'll give you that.
No, we're talking about balls. You know how on StreamYards we can have that we're inside a ball instead of a square, because even though it's hip to be square. Now we're
well, you know, Phil.
I can make us all squares. And...
he decided to. We told him to stay under the bridge.
There. How do you like that?
Cash hey, I'm like the mascot now. I'm the mascot. I'm like the engineer. It's
there.
You know, this woman made an utter fool out of herself.
Yes, this is just
you know, even in something like this, right? What's another thing that would have happened that hasn't happened here? The studio didn't pipe in.
No.
The studio didn't, when normally they would, to defend their lead actress. Obviously, they took no offense to this. They don't see anything wrong with this. Maybe even the execs are sitting back going, yeah, this is what we should have probably done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just...
we're starting to see it, and it's going to be slow. Remember, I said it's not... You know,
I know.
There's going to be an immediate thing, but there's always going to be those little things that start stuff. This is a little thing, but it might have bigger repercussions. I look at this and see hope.
And here you have someone trying to make a big deal out of something, and everyone else is looking at it going, no, there's no problem when it's trying its best to pay homage to what came before.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm sure a lot of those that were showing support were bots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the typical bots that are out there that, we're going to go and protect and stuff like that. You know, and the ones who are slavishly to anything Disney and such. Even though this is Warner Brothers, but Wizard of Oz.
Universal. Universal releasing.
My apologies. Film. I was thinking Warner Brothers from the previous story. Sorry, but Universal doing this, right? And honestly, the sycophant, you got the sycophants, you're always going to have those. But like they said, that was low compared to the people sitting back saying, get your head out of your ass.
Yeah.
And people were being nice about saying, getting your head out of your ass.
Yep. Well.
I mean, I'm sorry for the other ones that were saying, what color is your meow meow and stuff like
that. That's inappropriate. Nobody should ever.
Yeah, it's not.
Put anything like that in the comment section.
So stupid,
that's just rude trolls. That's like people the Kraken going out there
and
visiting your site. I mean, he's probably going to go visit you now all the time and ask those questions just to irritate you. But no, it's those people who aren't fans that do that crap. But the real fans do an image like this as an homage, and then you're going to attack them for nothing. Actually improving.
Yeah.
Because I think it's improving.
I will say, I know my sister wants to go see this.
Mm-hmm.
No.
My sister is going in with an open mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might see this movie too, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's looking forward to seeing this, and I've already told her that I will pay for her ticket because I never know what to get her for Christmas. So she said, give it to me as an early Christmas present. I said, I can do that.
Oh.
Because I really don't know what to get her at this point, besides a gift card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I will wait and I will listen to my sister's response on it because I already told her. I said, I love you, but I don't have any interest in seeing this movie.
Right.
Well, Cynthia Erivo is being stupid on this. So.
And it was. Mm-hmm. It's not even this that I have no interest in seeing it. It takes a lot to get me to even want to see a musical. Mm-hmm. It's never been my thing. Just like, for my sister, baseball's not her thing. She's gone to a few games, but it's not her thing.
Right.
And I know you've probably gone to a few movies that you weren't really interested in, but you still went. So, it's equal.
Yeah. Growing up, we used to go to this place called Moonlight, and they had an amphitheater, and during the summer and also in the winter, they would do off-Broadway productions of different shows.
Ooh.
My dad and I would go because we knew that's what my mom and sister liked.
Mm-hmm. You were just there for the popcorn.
I was just there because they had areas where you can put down a beach chair or a blanket, and you can have a picnic style as you're watching it. And there were times I did fall asleep.
I was going to say, you took a nap, didn't you? You beat me to it.
Yeah. And I can remember one time, and this is when I first went back to California to visit my grandmother. And, I was talking with my best friend, who I'd known since first grade. We'll have known each other for 40 years next year.
Wow. Makes you feel old, doesn't it?
It makes me feel old, but it also makes me proud knowing that I've known him for 40 years, and the relationship between us, our friendship, is still pretty strong. But his mom and dad had been given some tickets to go see one of the shows at Moonlight called Gypsy. Now, I'd already seen the show with my mom and sister and my dad. Yeah. So my friend, he was going just to appease his mom and dad. And he said, will you tag along? I said, I've done it. I've done it in my own family. I might as well pull up my bootstraps and do it again for a friend. And I did. He actually ended up enjoying the show more than he thought he would.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a musical fan at all. I mean, this is going to shock, probably lose subscribers seeing this. And remember, if you're going to unsubscribe to anybody, go to my channel. Even if it means that you subscribe and unsubscribe, don't hit this channel with it. Okay? But I'm not a big fan of Sounds of Music. I've seen it at a dinner theater. I've seen it on TV with the long.
Dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
The thing is, I can watch it though. I mean, it's not one of those things where I don't ever want to see this. No, I'm just not a big fan of it. I do like some of the songs that they have, right? But I can sit down and watch it and appreciate it for what it is, and not feel like I lost the 2 hours of my life. But it's not something I go on my way for. I mean, Music Man, that's a different thing. I like Music Man.
I love Music Man.
Paint Your Wagon. I adore that.
Oh, my dad loves that one. Yeah.
Oh, I got the soundtrack and everything, and memorized songs off of that. I was born under the wandering star. I mean, it's a great movie. I need to pick it up. We rented it to watch so the kids could watch it. They liked it because my daughter was going through this phase about musicals, and we were showing them different ones. But when it comes to musicals overall, I could care less. I'm not a musical guy. But there are those that I will watch them because it hits every spot for me. And I can handle the the music part. It's like, this is really great. 76 trombones, woo.
No, I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. At least I think it's funny.
That one is great too.
It's one of my memories that makes me smile, and my sister will remind me about it every now and then. We had seen the musical Chicago up in Richmond.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you actually saw the one. Nice. Yeah.
The Richmond in Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia. And my mom and sister, even after we saw the show, reminded my dad and I of this, because we said, Yeah, it was okay because there's this one number called the Cell Block Tango.
Yeah,
that's a great one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have never heard it, so I should sometime hear it.
Well, they also made the movie Chicago, and they did the Cell Block Tango. But when you watch the actual show, and how the women, they're different characters, but the dance number itself and the way they move, my mom and sister both after the show, and my dad and I were saying, yeah, the show was okay. Okay, you both of you perked up when you saw the Cell Block Tango. And I looked at my mom and said, well, of course I'm going to perk up when I see a beautiful woman on stage dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, she loved giving my dad a hard time about this. She's all, and you had that shit-eating grin on your face. But no, it's just, one of those memories I look back on. Yeah, my dad and I were like, hey there, hi. But, it's those kind of memories, even though I'm not a big fan of musical, spending that time with my sister and my mom who love musicals. It's just something I can sit back and smile. I think, yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah. That's where you expand yourself.
Even Anonymous knows.
I kind of have a sneaky feeling I know. Ooh la la.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to this article from That Park Place.
Not them.
The one story that's on the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and share my screen. And guess what? This is also by John F. Trent, just like the one we read earlier.
Ooh.
Trent.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then after this one, we could read the other article, or we could just go ahead and call the show.
Yeah, we can probably call the show.
Go and fade off.
Yep, fade off.
Never
like
seen again.
Yeah.
Fade away to the land of epic failure.
This can be the last.
Also known as McCracken Land.
McCracken
Land. The nation of McCracken, the land of epic failures. And he's the king of epic failures.
Well, once again, this is by John F. Trent. Posted on the 17th. And it says, Gina Carano gets another big win against Disney as court rejects Disney's attempt to block Discovery as it appeals to dismiss the case.
Wow,
what are they afraid of the court finding?
Dun, dun, dun.
Gina Carano got another big win in her lawsuit against the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm as Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett rejected Disney's request to block Discovery as it appealed its failed motion to dismiss to the Ninth Circuit Court.
Thank you.
Carano shared the victory on X, writing, after the judge denied Disney's request to dismiss my case, Disney requested permission to immediately appeal that decision to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals and delay all Discovery while that appeal takes place.
Yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just have to put that in. This is right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is right. Yesterday, October 16th, 2024, we learned that the judge denied Disney's unusual request. I am obviously very pleased with the opportunity to keep moving forward with the judicial process and into Discovery, she revealed. While I wish this was not necessary, as it is not my desire to be in this battle in court, I will not shrink away from it because it is hard or uncomfortable. Carano included. Again, a huge thanks to all of you who have shown me support daily, to my incredible lawyers, and to Elon Musk and the people at X for the opportunity in continuing this lawsuit and seeking justice onward.
Justice.
And this is the paperwork right here. I'm just going to go ahead and copy the link to X so you can all read it at your leisure if you wish.
Yes.
So there's that. That's the official court document. Okay, so this is her post that we already read. Let's see if it has anything else. It says Judge Sherlyn P. Garnett made it clear in a 10-page ruling that, and I'll go ahead and copy the link to that and paste it into the chat for anyone who would like to take the time and read it. But anyways, Judge Sherlyn P. Garnett made it clear in a 10-page ruling that Disney's request for a stay of proceedings was denied. She wrote, having considered the parties' submissions, the relevant law, and the record in this case, the court denies the motion. She also specifically addressed Disney attempting to avoid discovery by appealing to the Ninth Circuit. Defendants do not, however, explain how a Ninth Circuit opinion affirming the court's order would alleviate the burden of responding to the discovery plaintiff has propounded to date, nor is it apparent to the court how such a decision could provide such relief. In any event, arguments regarding discovery, which the court notes were not at issue in the order, do not appear to have any bearing on the termination of the litigation and do not persuade the court that certification is appropriate here. So the judge is pretty much telling them no dice.
Yeah. Believe all women. Believe all women.
Carano filed her lawsuit against the Walt Disney Company back in February, with the lawsuit noting it is a civil action arising from the defendant's wrongful termination of Carano's employment in retaliation for Carano's lawful exercise of her right to speak and express her views. Specifically, defendants under the regime of former Disney CEO Bob Chapek fired Carano because of her post. The post on various social media platforms, including X, formerly known as Twitter, Carano composed and published the post while she was off duty and away from the workplace. Mm-hmm. The suit alleges defendants terminated Carano's employment and took other retaliatory actions to limit and deny her future employment opportunities, including but not limited to making maliciously false statements about Carano with the intention of damaging her reputation and thus her ability to find and retain work. It also states defendants treated Carano differently than her similarly situated male co-workers, who likewise expressed their personal political views on social media, but upon information and belief were not counseled or disciplined, let alone terminated.
Mm-hmm. You got yourself a little hickly piggly there, Disney.
Mm-hmm. And you know who still remained her friend? Even through all this? The late Carl Weathers. Yep.
That is true.
Damn, why did we have to lose him?
And it's good to see Tim, also known as FKHC 2005. How are you doing today,
Tim? There we go. I'm going to greet him like Norm. Tim!
The lawsuit specifically accuses the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm of wrongful discharge and refusal to hire, and sex discrimination. I think that deserves another hell, you say.
You do it, man. I think I can.
The hell
say?
Yeah. They did everything that they whine about. Everything that they whine about. You want sexism? Here you go. How is this sexism, Baron? Simple. She's a woman that doesn't follow your beliefs, and you feel that she should. She's a woman that doesn't think like me, so we're going to punish her. That's sexism. Women can be just as sexist to women as they can be to men.
Well,
and the same thing around, too. Men can be sexist to women. Men, just like they can be sexist to women.
Okay? And right. they go against their own narrative that they were preaching at one time. Strong women.
They want to say that she was saying anti-Semitic comments, and like I heard this recently from somebody, but I'm not going to mention who. Yeah, and I'm guessing that's the consensus with people who don't like Carano. She said anti-Semitic comments.
Yeah, because they were told.
Right.
Because they were
exactly.
told.
Yep.
They didn't read the actual statement.
Of course not. Why would they?
They were told by the media sources out there what a horrible piece of crap she is.
That's right.
And the thing is, the tweet that she put out, she proved it with how they treated her.
Yeah, they did.
In other words, they showed that she was right.
Yep. You don't have to like Carano or like her or not like her or whatever to understand that the way this was handled is wrong. That Disney did wrong.
I mean, Pedro Pascal, he wasn't punished for his meme that he posted on X
because
saying,
according
losers
to
in 1865, losers in 2020.
Because according to some people, he stopped. So when Disney told him to stop, he stopped.
When he puts out, so let's look at that one.
I know.
He put the allegations that basically people like us are Nazis. Okay, fine. Why should I care about you? Fuck you. Fuck you, Pedro Pascal. While we're at it, fuck you, Mark Hamill. Just fuck you.
And I have an appropriate clip for that one. At least I think it's appropriate.
Poor Mark Hamill. That swarm of nerds is gonna kill him.
Nerds! Get out of there! Mr. Hamill, Mr. Mayor, come on!
Who are you?
Homer Simpson, Nerdbuster, and I'm getting you out of here.
Well, the one thing you can say, I wasn't Mark. I wasn't Homer in that one. So.
That's right.
I kind of go, yeah, you get what you deserve. You get what you fucking deserve.
Mark fucking Hamill.
No, Mark, fuck you, Hamill.
Or
yes, Phil. I know that everything that she said was historically correct. That's what happened back in Yahtzee, Germany.
Actually, I said that, Phil. If you would have listened, and I also said that she proved her point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it goes on to say, Carano is asking for preliminary and permanent injunctive relief, requiring defendants to reinstate Carano to her prior position with no loss of pay or benefits. A judgment declaring that defendants' termination of Carano's employment was unlawful and in violation of California law, compulsory damages, including but not limited to loss of pay from the date of termination to the date of reinstatement in an amount to be determined at trial but exceeding $75,000. Compulsory damages for loss of future employment, including but not limited to the promised role in Rangers in the New Republic in an amount to be determined at trial, emotional distress damage in an amount to be determined at trial, punitive damages in an amount to be determined at trial, reasonable attorney's fees and costs, and such other and further relief as the court may deem just and proper.
Compensatory. Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just want to check on that.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Where Me Too? Where are you, Me Too? Now, National Organization of Women, where are you? Believe all women, where are you? Come on. Here is a flagrant abuse of a woman. Here is one that's being held down.
They're not going to come to Gina's aid because it doesn't fit their narrative.
Well, she's a conservative. Let's just put it that way. She's a conservative. That's why. She's being attacked for her political beliefs. She's being attacked for basically that's the big beliefs. Thing. And last time I checked, that's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. If they didn't think there was anything there, the judge would have, judges, even liberal judges and whatever, would have thrown this out a long time ago. But they obviously think there's something there. So,
there is a huge stain here. Mm-hmm. Disney, good job, Disney.
Oh, and man, can you imagine if he won this and then they had to employ her again and then just...
Well, hell, she might end up owning Disney. I mean, not Disney, Lucasfilm. That'd be my dream. She walks off and she's in charge. She's in charge. I mean, I know it's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream, but dream, can't they? Let me have my dream.
Calm down there. Calm down.
Are you?
I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that clip.
You got that?
Just calm down. Just calm.
Take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude. Calmer than you are.
You just take it easy. Calmer than you are.
Yeah. Calmer than you, man.
Legal analyst Andrew Esquire, who hosts the Legal Mindset YouTube channel, noted in April that Disney's attempt to dismiss the case would be another huge fail for the company. He specifically stated the Walt Disney Company is setting up for another huge fail when it comes to the First Amendment in trying to dismiss the Gina Carano case.
Mm-hmm.
In the above video, and again, I will go ahead and copy the URL and put it into the chat for anybody who wishes to watch it. We try to provide all the information that we have available to us here on Pop Talk when we can.
Yeah.
Calmer than you.
Calmer than you, man. Calmer than you.
Okay, so in the above video, he predicted that this motion to dismiss will actually fail, and this will indeed proceed to summary judgment, and more importantly, to discovery, which has always been the goal and the huge win for Gina Carano, particularly with funding from Elon Musk to get Discovery into Disney. To get emails, to get phone calls, text messages, meeting notes, all sorts of fun stuff about the discriminatory intent that lies behind Disney's actions. He concluded, particularly, they're looking at people's political beliefs in deciding whether to fire somebody or not fire somebody on those bases, which would be the core of Gina Carano's complaint. So we'll see how it goes here, but my prediction is the motion to dismiss will indeed be denied. And what do I make of her latest victory? What do we all make of her latest victory? Well, you can all tell us in the chat if you wish. Baron and Cash, go ahead and say what you have to say, then I'll say what I have to say.
Kick ass, lady. Just kick ass. And to all you supposed pro-women groups out there, fuck you. Fuck you all. And fuck you, Mark Hamill. Just fuck you. No, honestly, if you have a quote unquote pro woman, and I'm not talking about the ones that are actually out there fighting for proper things out there. They're not going out there and fighting because I didn't get the job because they're basing it off of qualifications and not because I'm a woman, like the Me Too's and Nows and other bullshit ones that you have out there, right? I know, no. They get fuck you because this is a glaring example of something's wrong. And if you're claiming that you're going to be all for one, that is politically neutral. That is, that is basically you're blinded to the fact, other than the fact that you saw someone here that was wrongly done to. And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle they are on or what their religious beliefs are. And none of that stuff. This person was wrongly done. They were given promises. Basically, it was all central to goal and destroyed that show because they let her go. You had Pablum Hidalgo, also known out there, basically tweeting about it, which is how people got the first word, like a giddy little tramp troll that he is, fucking piece of shit. And yeah, I mean all that because Pablum Hidalgo is just nothing but just slime. And it's an embarrassment that he enjoyed so much of his work back when he was actually something. And he became into, I don't know what it is now. I mean,
well, do you think the reason why you enjoyed his work back in the day is because George Lucas still had the final say?
Yeah, and he still had a love for it. He wasn't being a toady, which he was doing now. And then he lets that out, which of course was one of the greatest things for Gina Carano and all that, is the fact that that's how it was leaked out. No, usually the person's informed beforehand, and they did that. No, and he's part of the team. No. In fact, she might even have a case against Pablum Hidalgo for doing that. Sue him good. And you heard my dream. I want you to basically be in charge of Lucas films.
It'd be funny if her and Elon decided to.
Well, again, the evil Elon out there defending people, helping them out. Yes. He's doing what these supposed pro-women groups are supposed to be doing. And I'm the misogynist, by the way.
Well, because I'm sure it has to do with the fact that her politics don't align with these women groups. Always.
And she is a woman of faith, too, which bothers them a lot. I mean, just take a look how they reacted at the little Kamala Harris rally. Jesus is king. Yeah.
No. The guy said Jesus is Lord. Yes. And then Kamala started laughing and said, "You can go to the much smaller convention down the street."
Yeah, and starts mocking, and the people are all cheering. Excuse me.
Yeah, and those the university still owes those young men an apology. I don't know if they'll ever get it, but hopefully they will.
Oh, I doubt it. That's too beneath them. They're holding on until it's absolutely proven that they can somehow, probably through AI or something, that they are right. But no, as it goes in this case, go for it. You got my support. You're a beautiful lady, inside and out. You've shown nothing but humility. You love the fans. You love playing this character. It showed. And
she can kick your ass in the octagon, but she's got a heart of gold, from what I've seen in the interviews.
Right. I mean, exactly. And she, this is what we want in there. And again, it doesn't matter for the political views, but loving the fans, being out there, caring about them, loving that role, living that dream.
Exactly.
And then this is done to her by a bunch of.
Let's not also forget the fact that her character, an action figure, part of the Black Series line. Not only did it sell out quick, but Disney was trying to get it recalled, so people couldn't buy it.
Damn, I wish I would have got, but I got the retro one of her, so that kind of fits my old collection. So I'm happy with that. But I got a Gina. And she spelled Drunk 3PO's name wrong on his action figure.
You know what, Anonymous? I'll take her as she is, but I don't have an issue with her.
Yeah, I like women with a little extra substance on them. I mean, again, this is coming from a misogynist. Oh, you don't like fat women. It's a
She's
fact
just
mistake.
thick.
And
I would say
yeah,
she's
nothing
thick.
wrong with thick. I mean, you can tell right there she's thick with all the muscles. She's a big girl, right? And that's not saying fat, by the way. So, I'll take her. Yeah, I'll take her. Gina, don't tell my wife. Don't tell my wife. But I'll come if you say the word. I'll be there.
God.
But don't tell the long suffering because then I'll be long suffering. Okay. Just saying, Gina.
I can't believe you just said that.
It's just
say what?
You know what you just said.
You need that. This is a sign that you need that simp button on here because
I don't have that clip.
I know. I thought I sent it to you. I'll send it to you, man.
Oh no, you didn't. You didn't send it to me. No, it doesn't. It's okay. It doesn't need to be here because I think what you're actually saying, Baron, is sometimes you just.
Could I have a hug?
I want a nice long hug that when you walk in the bedroom and mommy and daddy are hugging.
How about no?
Hey. Never destroy my dream. Never.
No, this is more appropriate, folks.
You really are a fat bastard.
Well, I am fat. Yeah, I don't deny. I don't deny. Can't deny that.
I told you guys I brought back some of the classic clips.
I love it.
We need the classics, man. I was missing them, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come
Corn
on.
Pop's
man.
a bad dude.
He's a bad dude, yeah.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I'm Shirley. Call me Loretta.
Oh, well.
But in all seriousness, there was a hashtag at one point that said, I stand with Gina Carano. Well, guess what? I still stand with Gina Carano because if I didn't, I wouldn't be talking about this today.
Well,
I saw this and we should. It should have never died.
Yeah. We should bring it back, especially now. Especially when we smell blood in the water. Figuratively, YouTube, figuratively.
It's not just that, Baron. It's the fact that we, the public, are seeing this double talk from Disney and so many other studios around Hollywood for all these years. And we're finally seeing them get their comeuppance.
That's why whenever it says, if people are like, I'm so excited about James Gunn at DC, and I'm like, oh, you mean that guy who still defends Ezra Miller? Cool, man. That's great. That dude?
Yeah.
No, 540 hasn't affected Baron.
He was already affected. Yeah, that's right.
I'm corrupting 540.
He didn't need 540 to be corrupted.
Baron's that Trojan virus infesting 540.
Oh man. Well, let's be honest here, folks. That's why he hired me.
I didn't hire you. I just asked you. I said, hey, you want to be a permanent co-host on Pop Talk?
Yeah. But no, Jason's the one that hired me because I'm this. He saw me how I am, and he goes, that's the type of destroyer of streams that I need.
Yeah, that's how it went.
Now I need to make a Unicron clip. Destroyer streams, destroyer worlds. Well, I am Baron Orman Tagge.
Baron Orman Tagge.
I mean, Unicron's got the beard, so it'd be fitting.
Yeah. But isn't it more like that Asian cut beard? Well, I got more of the Wolfman, man. I'm sitting here with like the Wolfman. I tell you
it's a beard, man. It's a beard.
Okay. Just happen.
And I know other channels were on this Gina Carano thing, but it's like I wanted to wait till there was actual more information that comes out, like things like this, where this lawsuit is actually happening, and we'll see where it goes from there.
That's why I wait. That's why I don't jump on every single article I see.
That's right.
Just like when it came to Jonathan Majors and his ex-girlfriend, I was waiting. It's just like with Alec Baldwin. I wait until there's actual information, not speculation and rumor. We used to have rumor as part of the intro on Pop Talk. Rumor used to be part of it because we would talk about the rumors. We've gone away from that, and I want to stay away from that. I want to wait until we have actual set in stone fact.
That's right.
Yeah, we might talk about a game rumor that's coming around just to give our opinions on it, but I don't want that to be the main focus of Pop Talk. I want us to actually get articles like this one to where there's actual facts, actual links to those facts. And I've told you guys, I want Pop Talk to be the place where people want to hear our varying opinions because we don't have the same opinion on everything.
Just remember, I'm right.
Yeah. I have been very good about not kicking a certain somebody out today. And,
I haven't been that bad.
Yeah. I've been resisting the urge. I keep telling myself, no, Mike. That's exactly what he wants you to do. He wants to push your buttons. He wants to see how long it'll take for you to go. That's it. All right, youngster, out you go. No. Don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for the trap. Don't be like the other fish going for the bait. Go. Nah, that's not appealing to me. Yeah. And I'm keeping my eye on you too, Cash Money.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Well, see, he's the one that's telling me in Discord to say these things.
Yeah, okay, well, right.
Oh. So he's your puppet master.
Yeah.
Go, Baron, go. Find the water.
Baron, it's not working. Try that button over there.
Hit the button, Baron. Hit the button. I can't do it. Hit the button.
Well, I can't do it because I have no controls of buttons.
No. The button to see if I'll kick you off
stream. Oh, that one. Okay.
As our joke that we've been doing since you've been on the show, since Cash has been on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, when you have to explain it, it's not a good joke. It's not any good at all.
Yeah. You have to do better.
Oh, man. Come on, Baron. Baryon.
I would have to ask Anonymous. I cannot assume that he's ready to replace.
I thought it was Jennifer from Their Planet that would replace me. So he could show more diversity.
Well, just stay in my good standing. Both of you.
Hey, I listened to you on Friday.
Oh, wow. One stream where you actually listened.
Hey, you got to take it. You need to get, you got something, okay? Appreciate
it. What am I going to do? Wait another 2 years?
3.
This is all a joke, folks. Nothing's going to happen.
This is what happens after we wrap up some of our shows.
No, Mike's bringing what usually I get after the show. He's not joking. I'm in danger, man. I'm in danger. He already got
nobody's in danger. Pipe down,
Baron Orman Karen.
he took down my pay from 2 cents a month to 1 cent a month. He said it's because Vitanomics, but I think it's just because.
No, it's because the three of us are the.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo! I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Yes.
Baron's the one who didn't stand up, though, or say yo.
No, I was the first one up because I am an asshole. I'm a proud asshole.
Although this is usually be after the show.
I have a headache.
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
It's not a tumor at all.
And that's Cash Money actually who says that though, not me.
Yeah, I said
He's
I got a headache.
It might be a tumor. It's his way of.
It's a tumor. Tumor.
But folks, before we all leave you and of course promote ourselves, we do have one more thing to share. You still have time, but once the end credit video ends, then the poll is over. So we still have the poll.
And then Anonymous waves his magic wand, an actual wand.
And it is pinned to the top of the chat. Let me just go ahead and highlight it. But we have this poll here, and it still has the same 22 votes that we started off this broadcast with. So,
as long as it's a real wand, Anonymous, not some artificial piece of whatever. I'll give you a candy bar.
Whoa!
Hey, hold on here.
So
I didn't go there, Mike. Just want that noted.
Yeah, I know. I know who went there. I'm looking right at him. But we have this poll for our watch party on November 6th. The choices, as you see, are Back to the Future, which currently has 27% of the votes. Transformers 1, which currently has 36% of the votes. And Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, which, like Back to the Future, has 27% of the votes. And Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown, which currently has 9% of the votes. So you can pick which one of those 4 movies you would like to see on November 6th. And I will do a quick refresh on it. And I will also bring it up. So this way everybody can see the results as they currently are. So I'm going to hit the refresh button. And after this broadcast, I will not be accepting any more votes.
Dun, dun, dun.
But if you want to see Back to the Future, vote for Back to the Future. If you want to see Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, or Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown, vote for either one of those. Or if you want to see Transformers Prime. Yes. Optimus Prime's beginning, Megatron's beginning, and Transformers 1. Vote for Transformers 1. Or you can vote for Back to the Future. Sorry, I don't have a Charlie Brown clip, but I do have a couple of Back to the Future clips. So,
well,
1.21 gigawatts. 1.21 gigawatts. Great Scott!
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Well, I just want to sit back and say, don't be dissuaded, those that are for Back in the Future. The polls do show that Back in the Future is huge, has a huge lead in the polls. So we shall wait till the end of the election here. But we here at our polling palace, we do sit back and say Back to the Future is going to be the victor. And
I liked yours, Back in the Future.
Back in the Future. Yeah, sorry. Back in the Future.
The sequel nobody asked for, Marty.
Nobody saw it, Marty. Dak.
Back in the Future.
Marty, your kids, Marty. Your kids.
The one thing that irritates me though is I can't get that game. I'm envious of you, Mike.
What? You can't find it? I have it too.
I don't think it's available out there, the Back to the Future game.
May not be.
Yeah, and I was looking through,
my
playlist for it, and I think I actually erased one part of it.
You should be able to re-download it though. It's one of those where
you
have
should
it,
be able to.
Yeah. I know. I'm talking about the gameplay. I think I actually erased
on
part of it.
Actually, on the PS4, I'll have to check.
Let me take a look here.
Wasn't intentional, but
do. Why is the link is broken?
Shouldn't it be?
X for doubt, Phil. No. Is it broken? Shouldn't it be? Come on, man.
For some reason, YouTube's being a butt.
Oh boy.
So let me do this.
Do this, YouTube.
Let me do this.
That's how Cash really sounds in real life, by the way.
No.
Calm down.
You are
calm down. You should be able to click onto that link I just put in there.
Phil doesn't know how to calm. He just doesn't.
And vote on the poll. I don't know why it's not working. I copied it and pasted it directly from YouTube, from here. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. And while we're waiting, come on, Mike, say it once.
Say it twice. Say it 3
times.
But
while we're waiting for the final results of this poll, Cash Money, what is coming up on the Phantom Booligan?
Booligans. All right, so next Friday we'll be back and we'll be helping Baron in State of Decay 2. So we'll be playing another week of that. So that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Fandom Booligans and Cashmoney007 on Twitch. And let's see what else is coming up. Yeah. What else is coming up? Okay, let's see. Not quite done with the Velma video. Almost there, but not quite. So that will be actually released in a few days, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to do my best, as I said, and I'm going to keep saying, to not curse much. And then after that video will be done, and then the next few days, finally, the Joker 2 video will be there, and I'm going to work on not cursing in that one either. Even though that movie is an absolute disaster and kills all my love for the first film, which still pisses me off. But yeah, that's coming up. And then I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. I might do a horror game. I'm thinking of doing Outlast. So I'm thinking I still want to do another solo stream. It's either going to be Splatoon 3, Outlast. So I haven't decided yet, Mike. And that'll, of course, be on the Phantom Hooligans or Booligans for this month, and then Cashmoney007. And
to me,
then
to me, it's always Hooligans, but
yeah, right. And then I'll let Baron cover the rest of the stuff. So,
coward.
Nope, not coward. I gotta give you some work.
Yeah, but you give me a lot of most of the work on there.
No, some of the work. Yeah.
And how about you, Baron Orman Tagge of Baron Orman Tagge's Fandom Legacy?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this time for me to be able to speak over at Baron Orman Tagge's Fandom Legacy and other things that I'm involved with. First of all, I will start off with things that I'm involved with. And every Thursday between 6 and 6:30 Central Daylight Time, over at the Jace Fox's 540 Studios, there is The Beyond. And, of course, the host of that show is Jace Fox himself. Hopefully we'll see the ever-present and sleeping Prismatic. Of course, there's Cash Monet, myself, Kilted Cajun, hopefully Whoopa Troopa will show up, and, of course, Hoshi. And, again, 540 Studio, between 6:30 Central Daylight Time. Be there or be obtuse. Now, the next one, of course, I have online is I think it's a personal one here. This is my channel, Baron Orman Tagge's Fandom Legacy. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock, a premiere will be of the latest episode of Contraband Police. I always want to say Border. I don't know why. But Contraband Police. And yeah, I figured out the sound. The sound sounds better. It is going to be the actual first day of work. I'm out of the training mode. So we're going to get into a little excitement. So please go to my channel, 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time for the premiere, of course, being that it's just you can catch it anytime after that, whenever you want. And I can't think of anything else, boys and girls. So with that, back to you, Mike.
All right. Well,
wait, did you get everything? You sure you didn't miss anything?
Oh, see, that's why you. Okay, well, I guess I did forget something. See, Cash.
I mean, we've got a cranky old fan in the chat.
Yeah.
You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
I see there.
I like that. Yes. Don't.
So, going to the realm of snobbiness, because we're pretty snobby, we're doing a Rumble exclusive. So come on, people. If you don't want to be slumming in YouTube, come on over and join us in the Rumble. We're cranky old fans. That's right. Cranky old fans. That's Cashmoney on his channel. Cash Money Madness. That starts at 10 o'clock Central Daylight Time, 8 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. See, I got it right this time. And I've been getting it right since that one time.
You have.
But it's about an hour's worth of Cash and I talking about two topics. Is not a topical show like this one, or Jace Fox's The Beyond, or other people. We just choose a couple topics and actually discuss and talk about them. And they can be anything on the spectrum. That kind of goes into pop, basically pop or culture, not necessarily science fiction and fantasy. So we do invite you to join us for that. Again, 10 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Pacific. And and Cash Money Madness. Boom. And then now back to you, Mike.
All right. Now, as far as what's coming up on the Pacific Forum for YouTube and Rumble channels for this week, on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be continuing my Batman Arkham Knight gameplay. I think I'm getting closer to the end. I don't know how much closer to the end I'm getting, but we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. This is the furthest I've ever gotten in games, so I'm proud of myself for that. And then on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be a special simulcast with Jason Fox of 540 Studios, the guy that Cash and Baron like to hang out with on Thursdays for the Beyond. And Pacific414 will be doing a simulcast watch party of the original Crow starring Brandon Lee.
I thought it was Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown.
No, Baron.
Oh, okay.
That's for November if it wins.
Oh, okay.
But we'll find out before we go. We go, and after the end credits have rolled, I will look at the poll once again. I will take a screenshot of the poll and post it on the YouTube channel, on X, and on Discord.
What about Y? You got X, Y, and Z, right?
Oh gosh. Okay,
calm
down. Calm down.
He's like, I'm not gonna press the red button yet, but it's getting close.
Don't do it. It's a trap, Mike. He wants you to do it.
He's trying to push as many buttons as he can.
He's trying to do it because he's Romulan.
Yes.
He's without honor.
I just have the hots for a half Romulan. Sabbath. Well, let's just put it that way. Hey,
but we're gonna have that simulcast on Wednesday with 540 Studios, Jason Fox, and gentlemen, we will be using Restream for that because that's the only way we can actually do it.
Right. Yay!
And I will make sure to pin the Cosme link to the top of the chat so that everybody who wants to watch the movie alongside all of us is able to do so. And I make sure to do that when I use Cosme, that the link is pinned to the top, because everybody is always welcome to join us for the watch party and have a good time. And if you want to join the panel, let me know and I can send you a link. And then on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube and Rumble channel, well, will this game make me scream? Because the tagline for the original 79 movie was, "In space, no one can hear you scream." I will be playing Alien Isolation for the first time on stream. I've played a little bit of it offline just to get used to the controls, but Thursday will be the first time on stream, and who knows, you may hear me scream once, twice, maybe not at all. But you'll have to tune in to find out. Or you might hear me go, I'll be back.
Oh, scared. Hide behind the couch. Hey, play the game behind the couch. Have the full effect of a scary game / movie. I'm not kidding.
I know you're not. That's the scary part. I know you're not.
But it makes sense.
Perhaps.
Oh, no.
But I do want to thank everybody who stopped by. I greatly appreciate your support of the YouTube channel. If you come to the Rumble channel, I appreciate your support on that channel. When I do stream on Twitch or Kick, I appreciate the support on those channels as well. But I want to thank our good friend Snorty Cubus, Snortopupus Cuber. Come on, Mike.
.com. And thank you for not eating me because I'm an otter.
Yeah. You're safe this time.
This time, yeah.
Yeah. And then we also had, I'm trying to find it, unlike the other services, you can't highlight somebody and put a star next to their name so you remember that they were here. But Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000 was here. And so I scroll down and look. Glenn Schroeder was here. It's good to see Glenn. DJ Ronnie G. DJ, safe flight to San Antonio on Wednesday, brother. And please say hello to Punk Waldo for us.
Yes.
And tell him we still want Penguin Dome. Tell him that Low Specs has been practicing in the Penguin Dome. He's ready.
And speaking of Jason Fox of 540 Studio, Jace was here.
He never can quit following me around. I get a little nervous about that.
Even he knows he has to keep an eye on you, Baron.
But I've noticed also that, Cash and I seem to be connected at the hip. Where he goes, I go. Where I go, he goes. Did we become the new comedy team of like Laurel and Hardy, Alba Costello? What's up?
Maybe so.
Maybe.
Listen how they. Maybe so.
Maybe so, man. I don't know.
Also want to thank the Padawannabe. And before I forget, I also want to let members know that I have 2 new videos that are up for members to view at this time. And they are both Contra Operation Galuga related. The first one is me going through stages 6 and 7. And then the last one is me going through the final stage and all my attempts going through that final stage. So check it out. Let me know what you think. And those videos will be released. The first one will be released on the 25th. So this Friday. And then the next one will be released to everybody on November 1st. Next Friday. So I want to thank Phil McCracken. Thank you, Phil. And thank you to all channel members for your support. I greatly appreciate it. I know you don't have to support the channel, but I appreciate any support I get because it means a lot. You're part of Pacific414, and it helps with the content on this channel. And to be honest, I like having you guys around to talk to. And of course, Anonymous. Anonymous. And I'm just going through. I'm trying to make sure. Yes. Thank you, Tib. FKHC 2005. Like I said the other day, brother, you're a great guy, and I'm glad I'm getting to know you, and I'm glad you're here, brother.
Getting to know you and getting to know all
anyone else.
You.
I don't think I've missed anybody, but I just want to double check. Well, Anonymous, you're going to have to stop by and find out. All right, so let me go ahead and refresh this poll, and then I'll take a look at it again when the stream ends to see the final results, and I will copy the screenshot and post it into the community page and also on X so everybody can see the final results. All right. All right, so we have 23 votes. And in first place, we have Transformers 1. In second place, Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown. In third place, with 26% of the vote, we have Back to the Future. And also, Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown had 30% of the vote. Let me not forget that. And with 9% of the vote, we have Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown. So if you haven't voted, vote now, because once the stream officially ends, no other votes will be counted. So, with that being said, everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you haven't left a like or shared it out yet, please do so. It does help the algorithm recognize which channels have recommended content and which content you want to see more of. And until next time, remember, don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something. Take care, all.
Bye.
Bye.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Yeah, we did pretty good, I think, on that one. Yeah, put it roll. We can have this replaced every time. Rerun. It can be part of the best of. Yeah, I think so. Best of.
Later, Anonymous. Hey. Later, everybody. Take care, all.
And remember, follow and subscribe. Yeah, best of. This is going to be part of a best of episode.